hope this is working. I literally had to go and get my laundry. Okay. Sorry for the scuff stream. I guess this is a debut stream after all. Alright, hey, thanks for coming. Okay. I think the music is okay, but if it's too loud, let me know. Okay, I'll turn it down a little. Alright, I'm finally gonna start my presentation now. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Alright. Is this a little bit better? Alright. Thank you. Alright. Okay. Now. I just realized I can't really play my slideshow. Oh, well, I'm just gonna show it like this. Great. I'll do it next time. Alright, anyway, so hi guys. So my name's Leah. So so that's like the same basically every language that like I speak, I guess, because there's no like quote unquote translation. So it's just Leah, Dia in Japanese, or Dia in Korean. It's literally the exact same thing. Height. So this is just my kind of like OC. So like she/I am 5'6". I'm not actually 5'6" in real life, but I, Leah, am 5'6". Alright, as for ethnicity, I am Korean. I put ethnicity because like my parents and like my family are Korean, but like I don't really I guess I am Korean, but I wasn't like born there, so like my nationality is like kind of weird, I guess. Like I'm actually like Canadian/American, so woo! I couldn't fit it on the slide, so I actually just recently got like my whatchamacallit. Oh, I just recently got my American citizenship actually, and there's a really funny story about that. So quick story about my American citizenship. So like the test and everything was like fine, but when I like there's like a swear-in ceremony. I don't know how much you guys know about like the citizenship, like is it the commencement or something? I forgot what it's called, but like basically during my ceremony, I was like, oh, okay, so basically all I have to do is like listen to this person speak, and then at the very end I have to say like, yeah, sure, whatever, okay, I agree to all of this so that way I can get my citizenship. And so like I guess the person who was talking told me to like say like I do or something like that. Like you're supposed to apparently be more like, I guess, like formal, because you know it's like citizenship. But like I decided not to do that, I guess, because I woke up super early in the morning. For some reason my brain was just like, no. So what I ended up doing is that I think instead of saying like I do whatever, I was like, yeah. I think she heard me, like the person who's doing like her swearing, because I'm pretty sure she looked at me, so I was like, oh, I mean like, yeah, I do. So like technically I didn't say I do to my commencement or whatever, like swear-in ceremony, but it's fine. It's fine, question mark. Alright, anyway, next. Blood type. I know like some people are like really into this, I guess. Personally, like I don't really care. So like for blood type, I am a type A. I went to linguist. I mean, like, does it really matter if I say I do or like yeah? Like they're like the same. It means yes. Like I think it's the same thing. Anyway, so back to blood type. I'm a type A. I think it's supposed to be like I'm a positive. I'm like A positive. So yeah, I have an A plus. Yes. such a good blood type to have. Yeah, that's pretty much it about blood type. I heard like there's like stereotypes about blood type. Like, you know how like people are just like, oh, she's like a type O, that means she's like really outgoing. Like I heard a lot of bad things about like type AB, and I'm just like, wow, okay, interesting. And like about type A, like I think they're supposed to be like smart or whatever. Yeah, I got a good grade on the blood type test. A the only good grade I'll get. Yeah, definitely a bigger thing in Asian culture than in Western. Like, I personally really like a lot of like Asian things more than like Western media, I guess. Kind of like, I'm like super, like, I'll get into this later, but like, I'm really into like a lot of Asian culture things, especially since I'm like Korean. So yeah, my birthday is November 14th, just next month. I wanted to stream before my birthday, like at least a month beforehand, but yeah, obviously that didn't happen, kind of like a month beforehand, but I did stream before my birthday, so like hopefully I can do like a good, nice, not as scuffed stream for my birthday. I'll probably do like a longer stream as well, just like for fun, because why not? And then for languages, kind of speak 3 languages. I speak English. I put 한국어 for people who can't like read Korean, and then Nihongo, which is like Japanese. Oh, 한국어 is like Korean. Nihongo is Japanese for all y'all non-Japanese speakers. Yeah. The thing is though, is that my Korean is like pretty bad. And what I mean by this is the fact that like, how should I say this? My Korean literally came from K-dramas and from what little I picked up from my friends, who aren't always the best influence. Like, you know, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I kind of like learn a new language, I sometimes accidentally start with like swear words, you know? Like I tried to learn sign language at one point because I thought it was really cool. And I thought it'd be like, you know, helpful. And literally, I think the first kind of like sign I learned was like shit. So anyway, yes, I exactly. I need swear words. Yeah, no, I learned Japanese through anime. I'm not gonna lie. Like instead of anime, like when I tell people how to learn Japanese, I tell them to like watch kind of like Japanese dramas, because those are actually really good to learn from. Yeah, the only way to learn, honestly, they're like really helpful though. Like some Japanese dramas are actually so accurate, like school dramas or like workplace kind of like stuff that like are just in everyday life, I guess. Like they have actually like a lot of good vocabulary, because this is how people actually speak in Japan. Like they're not gonna make like a drama where like they're not gonna like, you know, speak normally. Like for anime, sometimes they like stylize it, so like I'm just like listening to it sometimes and I'm just like, that sounds kind of weird. Because like, I mean, how many Japanese people do you know who actually say like nya at the end of their sentence or something? Like, I don't know about you, I don't really know anyone who does that, but like I get it. Like sometimes they're like a cat girl or something, and like I have nothing against that, but like, yeah, it's not exactly how you normally speak it. Oh, there's like another thing. It's like how in Japanese sometimes like if you watch like really old like samurai shows, like I watched like, oh my god, like the English name is like kind of stupid, I'm not gonna lie. The English name is like Samurai X or something, and like it's such a good show. I might get into this later, but it's like about like the samurai, and like it's during the point in time where like Japan no longer kind of like has samurai, so like he still has a sword and stuff, but I should say this, he doesn't like fight anymore. Like it's just so cool, you have to watch it. Like I guess it's not really a spoiler because you learn this pretty early on, but basically his sword, like the back, you know how like you have the front of the blade and like the back of the blade? So the front of the blade is actually dulled. So when he uses the sword like normally, it like doesn't really cut through his opponents. It's just like, I guess it's like just like a blunt weapon, question mark, which like obviously hurts, but like, you know, it's not like slicing through someone. But like the back of the blade has the actual blade. Oh wow, I did not make it easy for me to see who followed. Thank you though. Anyway, so yeah, back to like my slight rant kind of thing. So yeah, Thank you for following. Yeah, yeah, it's like it's so cool. Anyway, so like he uses like the back of the blade and like he's just like, I'm only gonna take this out when I like absolutely need to. And like obviously, because like you want to make the show interesting, he does. Hi, thank you for coming. I'm just like talking about like this one anime in the past. Like it's called Samurai X. It's so cool. Like so few people know about it. Oh, also another really interesting thing about this show is the fact that the live action is amazing. It's such a good live action. Oh my god. Coming from Twilight. I see. Yeah, no, but like the live action is just so good. Also, if you guys like rock music or like Japanese rock music, it's so good. Oh my gosh, like the action scenes, amazing. The acting, amazing. And it actually stays true. Yes, Rurouni Kenshin. Oh my god, thank you. I totally forgot about the name for some reason. Oh my gosh. Yes, it actually has a good live action. I swear. Like this, I swear. The live action is so good. I think it's pretty good. Like, you know, comparing it to like Naruto live action or something. I'm just saying. I actually own the live action. Yeah. Cause like my dad also really likes the show, so like it's really good. You should watch the live action. I think they have it on like Netflix. I know they have some of it. And then some of it I think you can get on like Amazon or something. So I think that's where I got it. I don't remember. I don't think they have like an actual disc or anything. They might. I don't remember what copy I own. I just remember I do own it. Oh yeah, anyway. That was like a super long rant. Oh yeah, it's on Netflix. Yeah. Oh my god, you guys have to watch it. It's so good. The soundtrack, amazing. Acting, amazing. Yeah. It has like this one actor. I like the main actor is so good at acting. There's like, I think, anyway, I don't want to go into it on stream, but yeah, it's very unfortunate, I think, what happened to the main actor. But he's just amazing, and I highly recommend watching that. I think like some obviously were better than others. It's like there's like multiple movies, I think it was, rather than it actually being like a live action series. Okay, anyway, so yeah, back to my slides. So color, that's just like the hex code for like the green. I was really like, I was contemplating on which color I should put, because like as you can see, my model uses a lot of like black. It has like a lot of like, not really a lot, I guess it has like a decent amount of green. Like it's a pretty large part of my model. And like obviously it has orange. Yeah, there's a funny story on that too. And then blue. It's like, there's a reason why I have this color, by the way. I'll get into that in like my lore slide, which is coming up later. Anyway, yeah, and then so the thing is that this model is actually a general model that I got on, oh my god, I don't remember what was it called. There's like this one store. It's like this Japanese. It's oh god, wait, hold up. It's not animes. What is it called? Like oh my gosh, wait, hold up. I think I can find it. I just need to Nijima. It's called Nijima. So basically, I got it from Nijima, and it's like, it's so good. Like I really like this model. I had such a hard time like getting it though. Like I had to ask my friend in Japan. I was like, hey dude, look, I know this is like really short notice, but can you please get this for me? And he was like, what? Like, what are you buying? And I was just like, you don't need to worry about it. And that's literally what I told him when he bought it. And he was like, he's such a good friend. He was just like, yeah, sure, okay, like pay me back. And I was like, yeah, of course, obviously. So yeah, that's the story of how I got this model. I really like it though. It's like, it fits pretty much what I wanted for like my character. So I'm very happy with it. And yeah, so like that's the color for the green. I also have the orange. Oh, I'm just gonna go into the little story about the orange color because I think it's funny. So originally when I was like, because the model actually didn't come with these colors, it came with like slightly different colors. And then when I was changing it, I had like a really hard time because apparently like when you like, because I don't have, what's it called, like, wow, names, they escape me all the time. like Photoshop. There we go. I don't have Photoshop. I have this thing called like Affinity because I have a Mac. Cries, I have a Mac, which is great. Like I like my computer. I think it's great. It works. That's really all you want from a computer. But at the same time, there's so many things that are only on Windows, and so I had to download Windows on my Mac, and I don't think my computer likes that very much. Oh no. Anyway, so yeah. But I guess when I was like changing it, originally I was gonna like change like the orange too, but then I was like, oh, I really like the orange though, cause like I'm like a huge, okay, wait, this is gonna sound so bad when I say it out loud, but like I'm a huge mistake. So basically, for those of y'all who don't know, I'm like a really big Niji En fan. So like I really like Mr. Rias, and so I was just like, damn, it's like the same color of orange. Also, I just really like the color orange. So I was just like, oh, orange and green, that kind of looks good together. I mean, like, yes, it does remind me of a carrot, but like I like carrots. I think it's fine. So I kind of just left it there, and that's the story of that. And then see this choker right here? There's like this little like band. Oh wow. Yes, yes, that yes. Anyway, so I have like this little like, I want to say it's a collar, honestly. Like I don't know, I don't even know what else I can call it. It's a collar, okay? I admit it. It's a collar, and I'm fine with that. I think it looks good on my model. I think it looks great. I think it looks great. Yeah, I remember in Mr. Based, yes. I remember when I was like, I guess like looking on, I was like, I'm like always on Twitter, as some of you guys know. And when I was on Twitter, I saw like Aster posting like a picture of like a collar and like a leash, I guess. And I was just like, oh. Yeah. So I was just like, oh. Okay, anyway, that's enough about the collar for now. I can get more into it later. All right, next slide. All right, I'm gonna go into a little bit of my likes, which I already talked a little bit about. Oh yeah. Some of the stuff on this list might be a little interesting. I will get into that. So first off my list is I really like anime, manga, and manhwa. I forgot to add slash I just didn't add it, I'm sorry. I also like the Chinese like mana slash donghua. Like I know my Mandarin is egregious. I'm sorry. I'm like trying very, very hard to learn it. But yeah, I really like that. Obviously that's how I kind of got into Japanese. And then I really like K-pop, rock and pop for like music wise. I've kind of been like getting into like some metal though, because like some of my friends like I know listen to it. Like I know like Karase in like the chat, I know you listen to it a little bit, and I know like some of my IRL friends are also just like, man, metal's like so good. And I was like, really? I haven't like really listened to a lot before. Like I listen to a lot of like hard rock, I guess, but I've never really listened to like metal. So I was just like, okay, maybe I'll try it out. Yeah. So, and I don't know, like I've been finding a couple of like bands and stuff that I think are like really cool. So I might listen to it more. Also like Sephi, like I think she's supposed to be like kind of metal. Like I think, like at least to my understanding, I think she does like metal songs kind of. And like I really like her songs. Like as you might have seen on like my Twitter, like I posted like a cover, like a very, very short bad cover of Sephi's Chronos. The one that Ike did as well. I didn't obviously do like the screaming part because I'm afraid of blowing my voice. But yeah. So for K-pop, I will get into actually more into this later, but I'm like super big fan of like NCT, Neoculture Technology, and then I'm also really big into MCND. Okay, yeah, thank you for coming though. I hope you have a good stream too. I check it out later. All right. So next on my list, oh yeah, I got it to pop later too. I didn't really talk about it that much, but yeah. Also, like I said, I'm a huge fan of Niji Sanji En. I put En because like they're like pretty much who I watch. Like I don't really watch like the other branches, I guess, just cause like it's like harder to watch them. What I mean by that, it's like they just don't stream in my time. And also, like I said, like my understanding of both Korean and like Japanese are like not the greatest. So I'm just like, I can kind of understand what they're saying, but there's like a lot of terminology that I don't 100% understand. So yeah. Plus Nichi Sanji Ian is like just great. As I said, my favorite is like Mista, but like his streams are so hard to watch sometimes. Like not like as in like they're bad or anything. It's just like I just can't wake up. I just can't wake up for them. They're like so early. Like I no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you, but I can't do it. I can't do it. But I do watch a lot of like Luca's streams and Sunny's stream. Oh, and Ren's, cause the Australian boys and like whoever's in America. So like I watch a lot of like Aster, Scarla, and yeah. Anyway, so that's Nichisanji Ian. Also, like I know for like my rules, I said not to bring up like VTubers and stuff. There's like a couple people who I'm like okay with. One of them is basically Nichisanji Ian. Like obviously don't like spam it in my chat, but like yeah. Also for like writing, I really like writing. I like pretty much all forms of writing as long as it's not an essay. So that kind of includes lab essays. I don't okay, so weirdly enough, I'm actually really good at writing like lab essays. I don't know, I have like a story on this too. Maybe I'll talk about it at another time, but yeah, what? No, essays are not based. I'm sorry. I can't. I think it depends honestly on the subject, cuz like I know when I write essays on like for like my Japanese literature classes, like it's like pretty cool, I guess. But like when I'm writing like an essay for like I don't know, a STEM class, I'm sorry. No. I can't. Like labs are just long and no. Oh, really? Okay. I mean, I kind of get that for like fantasy, I guess. Like, I do a lot of like creative writing. So, like, obviously, I'm not gonna say where I was like published and stuff, but I have been published before. So, I think I'm like pretty decent at writing. I mean, not that like just because you aren't published, you're not good or anything, but it's like, it's just nice to like have that, you know? So, yeah, so I write a lot of like, so, okay. I'm crazy. Do not follow what I'm doing. Do whatever I say right now. Do not follow my example. I am writing like 5 books at the same time right now. Yeah. I also write a lot of like different short stories. Let's see. I also write like a lot of haikus and stuff. I don't know. I just really like it because like I'm really into like pre-modern Japanese literature, and they have so many kind of like haikus and poems and stuff. I just think they're so cool. And so I like writing those a lot. I'm actually planning on like maybe streaming later on. Like I'll ask people, I just be like, hey, give me your model. Well, not give me your model, but like send me a picture of like your PNG, I guess. And then like also send me a little bit about like your personality or whatever. Like how like 3 words to describe your personality. And I would like literally like serenade you with like a poem or something. Or like you give me your picture of like your PNG, and then I would literally just write a story about you. Like I'm pretty sure I'm actually gonna stream that sooner or later because I just think it would be fun to do. So yeah, that's writing. I'm also really into voice acting. So funny story about this as well. So just recently, so my friend and I, like we have like an inside joke in our group. Oh, okay. I'm gonna hit you up later then. Yes. Oh, you got it. Oh yeah, of course. So you can also choose like the genre when I write for you too. So like literally I just be like, you want romance? You got romance. You want BL? I'll give you BL. You want like just action? I'll give you action. Yeah, I got you. So oh yeah, what was I saying? I'm so bad at keeping track. Oh yeah, voice acting. So like I have like this inside joke between like my friend and I, and basically she's creating like a game literally based off of her inside joke because they're both insane. Anyway, so when she was like creating that game, she's like taking, I guess like voice, not like tweets, but like voice recordings of like people in our friend group to like use for the game, because it's literally just like for us. And she asked me, I still can't believe this, she asked me to record for her this like one line. Like it's gonna sound so bad because like there's like literally no context to it except for this, but like the line was like, oh baby. And like, you know how like I did not know this. So like, you know how like oh baby, they have like a meme version and then they have like the 18 plus version. So like when she asked me to record that line, she didn't know that there was like a way to say it like 18 plus. And the thing is like sometimes when you say it like 18 plus, it sounds like really memeable, you know? Like, I don't know, like to me, it just sounds like so fake that it's like funny. And so like when I recorded that line, she was just like, oh, make it like really funny. And I was just like, oh, so she wants like, I guess the 18 plus version. And so like I was like drinking like a bunch of water. I was like, okay, I could do this. I was like hyping myself up, and like I recorded in probably like I recorded in a pretty deep voice. I'm not gonna lie, like it did not sound like my voice. I might post it later on Twitter. Who knows? I won't do it right now. Not for my debut stream. But yeah, that's just the story about that. Like, oh, she actually later showed like a mutual friend of ours who like knows that we're doing this project, and oh my god, it was so funny. Like, he didn't know that it was me who did it. Like, he knows like I like voice acting and stuff, and he knows like I have equipment. So like he's just like, oh, okay, yeah, so she like does stuff. And but he didn't know that I can go that low, because like as you can tell, like my voice is not the lowest. I mean, I can go pretty low, I guess, but yeah, typically I don't. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, anyway, so she like showed him like the recording, and she played it off. She's like, oh, you know, this is just a recording I found, like it's not like, it's just like a normal like recording or whatever. And he like heard it, and he was like, what the heck is this? He's like, who said this? Why are you showing this to me? And he was like, oh my god, he was like freaking out. It was so funny. It was so funny. And then we were just like, actually, I was the one who recorded it. Oh my god, he looked so horrified. Oh my god, he looks so horrified. I still have like the original recording. Maybe I'll post that on Twitter. We'll see. Maybe like instead of like, maybe I'll make like a new post. Be like, if I get it to like, I don't know, like 40 like likes or something, I'll like post it. I don't know. Maybe I'll make it like lower, make it higher. We'll see how I feel. But yeah, that's voice acting. Wow, is that my only story for voice acting? That's kind of sad. It's not my only story, but that's pretty much all I'm gonna say about it for now. Next, playing games with friends. So like, some of y'all might know, I literally would just like hit you up on DMs and just say like, hey, I'm interested in collabing or something like that. It's not like because I want to like, I guess, clout chase or whatever. Like, I didn't realize it could come off like clout chasey until like I saw a couple posts and I was like, oh, am I being a clout chaser by accident? Oh no. But then like I also joined like the Discord and stuff, and then like I joined like games. Like sometimes I just want to like game, and like I'm fine with people streaming and stuff. So like I joined it. Like, oh, like crab game. That was so much fun. And then like I also played like Among Us at one point in time. That was so much fun. Also, those are like my first times playing. So like I was like struggling. I was like, what are the controls? Please. I was like, let me live. I just want to figure out how to play this. Like, I've seen people play it before. Yeah, it was so much fun. Yeah. Anyway, like, I've seen people play it before, but like, I've never played it myself. And like, when I looked up, like, I guess the different like keys, I was like, okay, yeah, I know how to run. I know how to like, well, and I don't know how to run. That's like the whole problem. I know how to walk. I know how to go forward. I know how to go back. I know how to go side to side. Dumb fun. Yes. Oh my god. Bruh. The person who pushed me off glass, I swear to god, I will find you. No, I'm kidding. But like, honestly, I still don't know who pushed me. Like, I probably have to go back and watch. But like, I remember watching. I still can't figure out who pushed me. Probably because I don't even know my own number. But yeah. Anyway, a little salty. It's fine. So yeah, I like knew how to do like a couple of the controls, but that's like pretty much it. So whenever we had to like chase after, like tag someone, I was just like, why is everyone so fast? Why am I so slow? And then I realized like later on that there was a way you can literally like sprint, and I was just like, oh my gosh, is that why? And like also for like the glass kind of like bridge, like when I finally like didn't get pushed off Lamau, I was like jumping and I was like, oh, maybe it's the left one, but I was like on the right one beforehand. So I was just like, oh my gosh, this is a really long jump. And so like I tried jumping and I didn't make it because I couldn't jump far enough. Cries. Alright, well, that's fine. But yeah, I just really like playing games with friends. Like, just any type of game. Like, I've played... I haven't played a lot of games, I'm gonna be honest. But the games that I have played have largely been because, like, I just think they look cool sometimes. And then also because, like, my friends play them. Like, I used to play, oh god, I don't remember what it's called. It was like that one, no, it's not Clash of Clans. It's, wait, hold up. I remember. I will remember this. Let's see. Oh, Clash Royale. Yeah, I ended up like downloading and like playing Clash Royale for like a really long time because like my friends are like, oh yeah, this is a cool game, and I was like, oh okay, and then I was like, well, I guess have fun. I'll cheer you on, and like whenever they play, I'd be like, oh yeah, you're doing so good and stuff, because like um, but yeah, they were just like, oh, we're making a clan, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And they're like, you want to join our clan? And I was like, I don't have the game. And they're like, you should get the game. And I was like, okay, sure. That's also how I got into COD. Although I actually kind of like COD. I'm a mobile player because I am very worried about my PC not being able to run when I play COD. So maybe one day I'll finally become a COD player on PC, but for now I'm mobile only. Also, I do not have a mouse currently, so I also don't have like another keyboard. Like the keyboard situation is fine, like my computer would just overheat, whatever. But a mouse. Oh, tuna. I don't know what that is actually. You can send it to me later. I'll check it out. But yeah, I think COD's cool. Also, I like wanted to get into Valorant because I thought it looked really cool. All right, this is gonna be like not really a hot take, but like what I like first was looking into like the characters, not really characters, I guess the agents of Valorant. Like I thought that like Yoru was actually really cool. Like I thought the concept was really interesting, and like I was just like, oh my gosh, when I start, oh wow, okay, I see how it is. I was just like, tuna's the name of a game. I didn't even realize that cod was a fish. Okay, all right, I give that to you. But yeah, oh my god, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So like agents. So I don't know. I just thought Yoru was really cool, and I was like, when I start playing Valorant, I'm gonna main Yoru, no matter how much people are gonna meme about it. I thought it was cool. Like I played around a little bit before like it literally kicked me off, because I've tried to play Valorant in the past on my computer, on like the Windows side of my computer. Yeah, I downloaded Windows on my Mac. It's not doing too hot. Actually, it's very hot. The reason why it's hot is because my Mac is extremely hot when I try using it. So it's hot in that sense. Anyway, but like when I tried playing Valorant, I felt so bad for like my teammates. Like I was playing unranked, obviously, because like I'm new, and like you have to like you have to like play unranked. Well, I'm sure some of you know better than I do, but yeah, you have to play unranked. And so I was like playing unranked, and like it kicked me off like 15 times in the span of one game. And like the thing is like, I mean, like obviously we were like losing pretty badly in the first place, actually, because like I think so 2 of the people like didn't have mics, and they also like really weren't doing anything. They were kind of just like standing there, which like I don't know, I don't want to like assume anything, but yeah. And like 2 of them had mics, and they're like conversing and stuff. And like so I don't like Valorant has a lot of like younger players as well, and like one of them was definitely a younger player, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that like he was a little like immature, I guess. He was kind of just like, oh, I can't believe you, blah blah blah, and he was kind of like going on and on about how like we're like losing the game, and I was just like, I get it, but like you don't have to mold so hard, like I'm literally brand new, I'm sorry. Also at the time I didn't have a mic, and I was like, I really don't want to turn on my mic right now because I don't have one. But yeah, and so we're like playing it, and then like at one point, like, but I don't know why, but my game suddenly started working, and like I didn't realize that there were like different zones or whatever. And so like I guess I was like in the wrong zone, and the person with like the mic on, like the kind of like the kid, I'm just gonna call him kid, because that's kind of what he was, I guess. I mean, yeah, he was basically a kid. And he was just like, oh my god, I can't believe it. And he was kind of like swearing and stuff. He's like, I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna like blah 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 blah. And I was just like, okay, like whatever, like I mean, like, it's not good to do that, obviously, but like, I get he was like heated and stuff, and like, surprisingly, he actually did apologize afterwards, because like, the other person who had a mic was just like, hey, dude, that's not okay to say. Like, I get that we're losing and stuff, and that you're angry, but like, you shouldn't do that. So he was like, yeah, you're right. I like apologize and stuff, and he actually sounded sincere. So I was just like, oh, okay, cool. I guess that was nice. But yeah, playing games with friends, I'm really into that. Next, zombie crystals. I love zombie crystals. And let me just tell you a little bit about what this is. So, as some of you may know, I currently live in the apocalypse. So, yeah. And in the apocalypse, basically, one way to kind of like power up, or like kind of a currency in our world, is zombie crystals. So basically, this is gonna get a little bit gory, but you know how like sometimes when you like decapitate a zombie, or like when you kind of like when you basically reach to the back of like a zombie's neck, you can like fish out zombie crystals, and like some of them will kind of be like colored. So like some of them will just be like a general zombie crystal. Some of them will actually be like red, then that's like for like fire and stuff. And some of them will be like blue for like lightning, which is what I need personally. There's also like, not, is it blue for like, anyway, there's like different colors for like different like zombie crystals. Anyway, I obviously want like, yes, decapitation is a lot of fun. Yeah. So obviously I want more zombie crystals, which is why I put zombie crystals on my likes page. Yeah, because like obviously you want to like power up and stuff, because then you get like more benefits, and it's just cooler. You just get better powers. So yeah. So, and this is gonna be me when I have zombie crystals. Very happy, sparkly. Yes, my good happy self. Next slide. All right, we're gonna go on to dislikes. So, first on my list, bell pepper. I don't care what the heck you say. I don't care what you put on it. I just like bell pepper. I'm sorry. Thank you. All right, we're done. No. I just don't like bell pepper. I don't really like the way it tastes. I kind of understand why people kind of like the texture, I guess. Like, I think the texture is fine. I just personally don't really like the taste of bell pepper. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it. So, that's why like whenever like it's so bad. Like whenever like I even eat something that has like touched bell pepper, I really won't want to. It's like I'm so picky in that sense. Like I'm really not picky with like a lot of foods, I guess, but like bell pepper is just one of them that I just can't eat it. And then next, touching grass. I just like touching grass. I'm sorry, I don't like going out. I like staying home. I like watching TV, I guess. I like watching VTubers. I like watching people stream. I like, you know, all the stuff that's indoors. I dislike going outside. I do not like hiking. I do not like anything like that. So touching grass is a no for me. Thank you. Next, bad Wi-Fi. I used to have really bad Wi-Fi, which is why I got kicked off of Valorant 15 times. I can actually play it now, I think. So, we might do that in the future. I'm gonna need someone to carry me, thank you. Or at least teach me how to play Valorant, because I have, as I said, theoretical knowledge, but I don't actually know what I'm doing. So yeah, bad Wi-Fi is sad, because I do a lot of stuff on Wi-Fi, obviously. I do work on Wi-Fi, I like watch streams, obviously you need Wi-Fi. And yeah, the only thing I can do off Wi-Fi is like writing, which is like great, but at the same time I like saving a lot of my like writing stuff online just because it's like easier, you know? Alright, next, spiders. If you're a spider VTuber, it's fine. It's fine. Like humanoid spiders, I'm actually fine with, weirdly enough. I just dislike spiders. Like, I would consider myself mildly arachnophobic, and the reason why I say mildly is because I know some people who are like really arachnophobic. They oh my god, what's the word? They get paralyzed of like fear. They're like so scared of like spiders that they literally just can't do anything about it. And I'm not really like that. Usually when I see like a spider, no matter like what the size and stuff, usually I just like freeze and go and like I just stand there for a little bit, and I just like I just slowly walk away. And if it was like inside of like a room, I just slowly close the door if I'm like far away enough from it. And then like I just close it, and I tell someone who's like nearby, who like I know well, obviously, who I know can also handle insects. I'm just like, there's a spider, And then they're just like, yeah. And I'm just like, please get rid of it. I don't care how. I can't. And like sometimes when when they can't find the spider, or when it's just like, obviously like sometimes someone won't be there to like help me with it. Usually what I'll do is I just like leave. Like, you know how like Tom Holland was just like, if I see a spider, I'll literally just leave and I'll come back in like an hour or two and I'll just be extremely uneasy. I felt that because that's what I do. Some good water. So that's basically what I do when I see spiders. I would consider myself mildly arachnophobic. I'm really into this one like mana though, about like, it's called like Kuma desu ka, I think, or something like that. And it's about like this girl who turns into like a spider in like another world. Okay, so I probably summarized it really badly, but it's so good. I would 100% recommend reading it. Alright, next on my list of dislikes is hot weather. I dislike hot weather. Like I said, I'm Canadian. No hot weather for me. I prefer colder temperatures. Oh, also, if I ever say like a temperature, it'll be in Celsius. I just don't do Fahrenheit. I kind of get the concept, I guess, but actually no, I don't get the concept. Celsius all the way. I get Kelvin. I just don't get Fahrenheit. Alright, so hot weather. I just like melt in hot weather. Like I can't do it. Yes, Celsius is the way to go. So many of my friends use Fahrenheit and I'm just like, why? Which is why like one of my friends was just like, oh yeah, I use like Celsius now. And I was just like, oh, yes, Celsius gang. But yeah, I really just like hot weather. Like I can't do anything. Like I remember this one time when I was at my grandmother's place and like, do you throw in the Fahrenheit? Maybe not. Yeah. I just don't get Fahrenheit. I just don't get it. I can't. Oh, my friend did mention though, like her ideal like temperature measurement is one where like, I think, what was it? Like 0 would be like body temperature or something, or like was 100 body temperature. I think she was just like, oh yeah, I think my ideal one is where like 100 is body temperature and like 0 is like freezing or something. And I was like, that's like basically Celsius. She's like, no, because 100 is a body temperature. And I was like, well, yeah, it's not, but like at the same time. And she's like, no, I want 100 to be body temperature and I want 0 to be freezing. That way I know what to wear. And I was just like, okay, well, you do you. She's like very big on that. So that's for hot weather. I can't do anything. Like when I was at my grandmother's place and like the air conditioner just like, it just stopped working, I guess. Like I don't know what happened to it. I like every single day I would, even though I hate touching grass, I would go outside and then I would try like walking around in like a mall or like an air conditioned area, just because like I just can't stand hot weather. I'd rather like actually have to travel somewhere for like air conditioning or like less hot weather than like deal with it. Like I can't. Which is weird. Well, actually not weird, because I was gonna say it's weird because I wear a lot of short sleeve t-shirts, but it's not weird because I just like hot weather. So obviously I wear short sleeves to like combat hot weather. It just makes sense to me. Let's see. As for sauce / dressing, so some of you are gonna yell at me for this, and I already know it, because some of like my IRL friends are just like, oh my gosh, what the heck? I get very weird stares when I eat my salad too. So what I mean by this is I typically dislike eating things with sauce and or dressing. So like when I mean like things, honestly, I just mean a salad. Like when I have salad, I literally just eat it plain. I don't eat it with any sauce. I don't eat any dressing. I know some people are just like, oh, you have to try the vinaigrette. You have to have like this, you have to like the Caesar dressing, or you have to have like Thousand Island or whatever. And I'm just like, no, thank you. No. I'm just gonna have it plain. Thank you. And I remember this one time I was at like this burger restaurant and they were just like, and I got a salad. Well, no, okay, wait, hold up. I got a burger and a salad. I didn't want fries that day. Yes, based. I agree. Thank you. So yeah, I got a salad and I got a burger because like I just don't want like a lot of like carbs, I guess. It just makes me feel heavy. So I just got a salad and a burger, you know, trying to be somewhat healthy even though I'm at a burger place and getting a burger. But yeah, and then the waitress was just like, oh, what would you like as a dressing? I was like, oh, nothing. And then she was like, what? And I was like, I said nothing. I was like, did she not hear me? She was like, you want no dressing? And I was like, yes. And then she was just like, oh my gosh, you want no dressing on your salad? And I was like, yes. Yes, I do not want dressing. And she was just like, okay, interesting. Well, if you ever want dressing on your salad, let me know and I will get that. And I was like, no, I think I'm fine. Thank you. And I still remember that conversation to this day because I've never been judged so hard for disliking dressing before. Oh, another time when I was like talking with like icebreaker activities. So one icebreaker activity I had to do was like you have to name like what was it, a hot take or whatever, and other people were like doing like a lot of like food takes because like I guess that's like easier whatever. I have a lot of food takes myself, so like I get it. So for my food take, I was just like, oh, I eat salad with no dressing. And people were like, oh my gosh, that's even worse than saying In-N-Out is better than Five Guys or like Shake Shack or something. And I was just like, okay, first of all, I really don't think it's that bad for saying that. Like if you like what you like, whatever. And second of all, I think salad without dressing is great. Like I personally like it a lot. I don't know. I like the natural taste of vegetables. That's the reason why I do that. Especially if it's like I don't really like kale that much, but when it's like mixed with like tomatoes, I guess I like it. I really like spinach, hence the green. I also really like carrots, also hence the orange and the green. And then I also I don't really like celery that much, I guess. Maybe I'll do a vegetable tier list later. Yes, I will do that later. Spinach, yes, it's so good. It's so good. Spinach dip, just plain spinach, cooked spinach. All good. The only thing I dislike about spinach is the fact that when you cook it, it becomes a small portion. I feel it's just cheated. Like I had like this giant plate, like this, not even a fistful. I had like a whole armful of spinach and I cook it and like I don't even get one plate. I just get like this tiny morsel, this one bite of spinach, and I'm just like, why? I spent so much time trying to cook you, you know? I like you so much, so why? Why did you do this to me? I just feel cheated sometimes when it comes to cooked spinach. So that's my take on sauce and dressing. Okay, next on my list of dislikes, the undead. So as some of you probably know by now, since I am in the apocalypse and I'm streaming, I dislike the undead. Obviously, who would like the undead? Let's be honest. Like they're the ones who are like, you know, trying to like turn me into one of them and whatever, and I'm just like, look, I don't like going outside, but like the fact that I like have to like don't eat spinach after 5 hours of cooking them though, they become really? What? I had no idea that was a thing. Well, I've never had that issue, I guess, because like I eat cooked spinach right away. What? Oh my gosh, I learned something new. Wow, okay, interesting. Well, I mean, I guess then it's a good thing that spinach becomes so small when you cook like a large portion of it, because then you can like eat it all at once, I guess. But yeah, I dislike the undead for obvious reasons. So the thing is, like at like the human base that I'm in, you have to like go out periodically to like go hunting for the undead and like for hunting for parts and stuff that you might need, you know, especially for like crystals, because that's like how we like trade things around here. It's basically like our currency system. So, you know, obviously like the undead is good for the currency and stuff, but like I don't want to become one. And also like just going out and like having to like touch grass and like do that, no thank you. All right, this is me when I'm going to go fight the undead. Very unhappy with lightning shooting out from me. Oh, by the way, most of these pictures, like the past two, this one and the one on my leg side, were made by Pick Crew because I can't draw. I've tried. But maybe in the future I'll like try drawing again, but like for now I don't really consider myself much of an artist. I'll also like I don't really have a lot of money to like commission artists, although I do have a couple of artists that I definitely want to commission from if I ever get some money. Like oh gosh, I can't remember. Like there's like Zero, I'm sorry if I pronounce it, I definitely pronounce the name wrong. It's like Zero You or something like that. They're like the one who made like this like Genshin like template thing. Oh my gosh, their art is so good. Sorry. I really want to like commission like a Genshin thing from them, even though like I'm just starting playing Genshin. Oh, I'm actually gonna stream that later, so yeah. Pick Crew is softcore. What the? Okay, yeah, see, we're gonna talk about that on our stream later. But we just have a whole story about that. If you wanna know about how Pick Crew is softcore porn, you can check us out later. I don't I don't even know how to talk. Oh god, the story is so scuffed. Yeah. So yeah, according to Daro here, Pinker's off-court porn. I think that's just a you problem. I'm just saying. Anyway, going past the pig crew porn. Oh gosh, that sounds so bad when I say it like that. We're gonna go on to anime, manga, mana, and novels. All right. So like I said earlier, I'm like super into this. Oh, I forgot to put novels on my list. Oh darn. But yeah, I'm like writing 5, and I like writing and I like reading novels. And when I mean novels, I typically mean like sci-fi, fantasy. I've been reading a lot of Chinese BL novels recently, which is why I kind of want to know Mandarin. I actually have a couple of like friends who are like Mandarin speakers and they're like from China and stuff, so they know like all the slang. And then I'm just like using the English version of slang. I'm just like, oh haha, it's like he has like he has like a green lawn on his head, which is basically like, or like a green hat on his head. And what that means when you say it in like Mandarin, it's like a slang term for saying like they're getting like cheated on. Because like there's like apparently this famous like Mandarin like Chinese poem where like a green stands for like I don't remember like 100%, but like there's like this like thing that has to do with it. So that's why like when you say like they're like wearing a green hat or something, that means they're being cheated on basically, which is obviously not a good thing. But yeah, there's also like what's another thing? Oh, like there's always like the white moonlight, like that one person you just like you want so badly but you can never get, because you know how like, I mean this is like my interpretation of it, but you know how like moonlight you can't really like touch it, but like it's like pretty and it's like there. So I guess maybe that's why they call it white moonlight. I'm not 100% sure. There's also, oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. There's like a bunch of like other ones, but yeah. There's also like time management master. It sounds like a compliment, right? But actually, if you say someone is like a time management king or queen, it means what it actually means. If you're like if a Mandarin speaker is talking about it, what they might mean this is that they're talking about how this person is having like multiple side chicks. The moon is out of reach for mortals. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. I mean, moonlight, you know, like moon being out of reach, like same thing. Thank you for the clarification. Oh man, I'm learning so much today. But yeah, oh god, oh yeah, time management king or queen. So like it means they have like multiple side people and they're like very good at like managing all of them basically. So they're like just like, oh, I'm gonna be with like if it's like a guy, for example, like I'm gonna go with girl A and then I'm gonna go with girl B on this day. It's like, oh, I have a scheduling coffee with girl C, no problem, I got this. And so like that's what you basically call time management king. And so like, yeah, I remember this one time when one of my like Mandarin speaking friends, who's like, I think she's like from China, and so I was just like, oh, she's just like, wow, your time management skills are so good. And I was like, oh, it's a good thing you didn't call me a time management queen. And then she didn't know that I actually knew what that meant. She was like, what? Because she obviously knows what it is, but like she didn't think that I knew. And so I was just like, you know, like time management queen isn't exactly a good thing in Mandarin. And she was just like, are we thinking about like the same thing? And I was like, it's like, when you call someone time management queen, it's someone who has like multiple side chicks, right? She's like, yeah, that's what I mean. She's like, how do you know that? And it was like, BL. I read a lot of Chinese BL danme. I read so much of it, which is gonna be on this list actually. Good thing I made my stream 18 plus, because some of these are definitely not for minors. So, oh, by the way, for like the most of the stuff I put on this list are probably gonna be like older. And they're also going to be, I mean, some of them might be unfinished, but like most of them are actually finished. Also, a lot of them, the reason why I put them on my list isn't because they're like top of the top, like they're not like my favorites or anything, but like they're definitely something that they're definitely things that I think that deserve more attention. For example, like Yakitate Japan, like it saddens me how few people know about this show. It's so good. It's so good. Like if you watch Shokugeki no Soma, this is basically the seiso. This is the seiso version of Yakitate Japan. It's not Yakitate of Shokugeki no Soma, which is like Food Wars for those of you guys who don't know the Japanese name. But Yakata to Japan is like amazing because first of all, you like there's like so what it's about is like it's like a baking show basically. So it's about this guy named Azuma Kazuma or Kazuma Azuma. His name's fun to say. It's basically about him wanting to become like this baker who makes Japan, and this is a pun in Japanese because pan in Japanese basically means bread, and so he wants to make Japan, a bread that was made by Japan. Because you know how like French people, they have like the croissant, they have like the baguette. I'm sorry for saying it wrong. And like Germany has like their own like they have like their own bread too. I don't 100% remember what it's called. I think they have multiple. Actually, I'm gonna say I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, but like Japan doesn't really have their own bread. They have like rice and stuff, but they don't have bread. So like Azuma Kazuma is just like, I want to make Japan. I want to make a bread for Japan, and it's so good. Like okay, I'm not saying that the art is amazing, but like the storyline is really cool. There's like a lot of funny stuff that happens in it. On top of that, it's like good to watch for like people of all ages pretty much, and it actually tackles some like pretty like I guess like not sad, not like depressing issues or anything, but like it tackles like dealing with like loss and kind of like amnesia and kind of like getting too kind of stuck, like tunnel vision and stuff. So I thought it tackled those like topics pretty well too. Sorry, water. And then another thing about the show is that if you ever want to make some of the bread on the show, they actually give you a recipe for it. Like I personally can't cook myself. I'm gonna be talking about this later too probably, but like they give you all of the instructions on how to make some of the bread that you see, especially if they're like easy. There's even like a bread you can make with like a rice cooker. I really want to try that one day. I might do that. Maybe hand cam stream. Oh, we'll think about it. Anyway, so that's Yakuza Japan. That's probably the one I'm gonna rant the most about. It's so good. Sunday Without God. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay, first of all, it made me cry. I'm just gonna say it is kind of sad, but it's like really sweet as well. Like they tackle the issue of like this young girl being like basically all by herself and like lost and stuff so well, in my opinion. Also, the art is so pretty. Like no, yes, go and read it. It's so good. The art is amazing. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm surprised that a lot of people haven't like watched, read it, or even like heard of it before, because it's so cool. It's also kind of like apocalypsy, which is why I also like it. As you can tell, I like apocalypse themed things. And then Roka Braves the Six Flowers. It's also really good. I know people talked about it a lot for like while it was airing, but I think like after it aired, people are just like, oh, I hated it so much. Like the ending was like so unsatisfying and whatever. I thought the ending was really good, at least for the first season. We never got a second season. Oh, cries. Just like a lot of like No Game No Life deserves a second season. I'm just saying. But yeah, so that's Roka Braids and Six Flags. I thought it was really good. I kind of like people were just like, oh my god, I never expected this to happen. So basically a little bit about what that one's about is about this guy, well, not really a guy, but well, yeah, kind of. So it's about this guy who calls himself the strongest in the world. He considers himself the strongest man in the world, and it's not because he's like legitimately strong or anything. It's not like he's like the Hulk, you know? He's just like this normal dude with like a bunch of like tricks and stuff. But the reason why he considers himself the strongest is because of how he tackles his issues and stuff. He's like, I'm not strong because I'm physically strong. I'm strong. I consider myself the strongest. Oh, thank you for following. So I consider myself the strongest. Okay, bye. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good day. Okay. Anyway, back to my little rant about Roka Braids the Six Flags. So basically he considers himself the strongest because he like, how should I say this? Because like he's just like, oh, like if I want to cry, I will cry, and that doesn't make me any less of a man. That just makes me accepting of who I am. Like I know what my issues are. I know what to tackle. Like I believe in myself, and that's the reason why he considers himself the strongest. Like I didn't really explain it the best, but like I thought it was a really good like message and stuff. So I would highly recommend this one. Also like the plot twist. Yeah, there's a plot twist. It wasn't really much of a plot twist for me. I kind of like expected it. But the reason why it's called Braves of the Six Flowers is because there's kind of like these monsters from like a different land. So it's kind of like apocalyptic. and who are like going to like take over like the mainland, I guess. And like from each people in like the mainland, they're just like, oh, we have to send like our best warriors to go and fight off the monsters. And instead of picking these warriors themselves, actually there's going to be flowers that are going to show up on like the back, or not the back of the hand. For some people it shows up on like the back of the hand, some people shows on like the neck, some people shows on like another part of the body. And basically the people who have these flowers are the chosen ones, so they're the ones who are going to like fight off the monsters. But when they went to go like fight off the monsters, they realized that actually there were more than 6 people with the flowers, or like more than like 5. I can't remember how many people were supposed to have it, but like something like that. So one of them was an imposter. Yes, an imposter. And so like this imposter, they were like trying to figure out, because they have to like go into like this temple, and then they have to like perform a ritual or whatever. But if they go in with the imposter, it's like possible for them to kind of like not whatchamacallit, it's like possible for them to not be able to fight off the monsters. Is something wrong? Okay. Anyway, so sorry, my voice. So they were just like, oh my gosh, who's the imposter? And they were just like, oh, it's probably him, he's the imposter. Because unlike the other people, he didn't really have like a special power or anything. But he was just like, oh, I'm like the world's strongest man or whatever. And they're like, wow, this guy is just not it. Like, I do not get good vibes from him, basically. And also they've never heard of him before. Like the other people were like apparently had like names and stuff for themselves. They're like, oh, I'm the strongest warrior of my country, like legitimately. Like I was named that, unlike you who just like named yourself that. And then it was a really interesting story. Also, the art was really good, so highly recommend that one. Prince of Tennis, next on my list. So this one was really popular. I think it's still popular, question mark, but like I don't know. I'm like talking to a lot of like new anime watchers these days, and like they're just like, oh, Prince of Tennis, like I think I've heard of it. And I was like, you think this was so good? Prince of Tennis, are you kidding me? Prince of Tennis is like amazing. It is a classic. It is a classic, I tell you. Also, Kuroko no Basket, like Kuroko's basketball, also really, really good. Prince of Tennis just like, I think it has a really cool story. Also like all like the moves and stuff. Oh my god, like it's like not really a new season, but I guess it's a spin-off, quote, like question mark. Basically where like Ryoma, who's like the protagonist, he goes to like this like tennis like camp for like people who are like aren't adults yet. They're just like, I think it's like 18, like below 18 or something like that. And he goes like to this camp, and oh my god, what was I saying? This is what happens sometimes when I'm ranting. I'm sorry. If I remember what I'm saying, I'll go back to it. But yeah, it's just, oh yeah, they have like a lot of like jokes and stuff. Like there's like this one joke about like the inabawa, which is like this one like move. If you know like a little bit about ice skating, what that is like where your back kind of like bends like super far back. And like they were like doing that. This like, it's just so funny. You have to go watch it. It's funny, it's really interesting. Also like you learn a lot about like the different characters, and the fact like yes, they're kind of like stereotypical, but at the same time they do have depth to them. And that's actually happens with like most of the characters, honestly. Like it's not just like the main character, it's not just like the people who always interact with him. I'd say it happens for even like kind of side characters. Like I mean, maybe I consider them side characters, but they're not actually side characters. It's like weird. But yeah, next one, Angelic Lair. This one's also an oldie but a goodie. So it's about like this, so I guess a good way to describe this, it's like it's like a weird Gundam. Wait, that sounds so bad. Hold up. Wait, it's not even like Gundam. What is it like? It's like if you combined puppetry and anime. Yeah, that's what it is. It's kind of like a combination of puppetry and anime, but it's like mechanized, question mark. So basically Angelic Lair is going to be like the name of like a super popular game in this world. And like this girl, she's just like, oh, I want to become a player of Angelic Lair, because she saw like this one model, and like the model, she like fell in love with it. She's like, oh my god, that's amazing. And like she actually like found a free model or something like that, because these are like really expensive. And she was just like, oh my god, I can actually like use it myself. And so she like starts playing Angelic Lairs, and she like gets to know like a lot of people too. There's a kind of romance in this, but at the same time there's like not. It's kind of confusing. Honestly, I didn't really like the romance that much. If you like romance, I would not suggest that one. Not really. It was kind of a letdown in many different ways. Also, they're like children, so yeah, not for that. So that's Angelic Layer. I just thought the art was pretty. I thought the story was really interesting too. It had a lot of interesting plot twists, which is why I would definitely recommend it. So next, How to Fail Online Dating. So this is going to be one of the danmes that I highly, highly recommend. It's probably one of my favorites because it's just so funny. So like, I'm just gonna do like a very short premise, because I don't want to like spoil too much of it. But what it is apparently like the main character. So he has like this cousin who like helped him a lot, like when he was like younger and stuff. Like she basically like took care of him because I don't know, something like I think he was bullied or something like that when he was like younger. They don't really go too much into it, or I can't really remember it right now. But yeah, so apparently she got like scammed by like this guy on like this game. And it was like this like wuxia or like shanxia game, but basically what that means is like it's like a ancient Chinese sword fighting kind of game, where you can like fly and stuff, I think. So I can't remember if that's wuxia or shanxia. If somebody knows, they can put it in the chat, or I might talk about it later. But yeah, and obviously the main character was just like, oh my god, I can't believe somebody did this to my cousin. Like, she means so much to me. And the cousin was so heartbroken, she actually ended up like going abroad. Like, it was pretty bad. So he was just like, I'm gonna get revenge. And coincidentally, something sad that happened to his roommate is that his roommate realized that the online girl he was dating ended up being a guy. And he got like super mad or whatever about that. And then the main character was just like, hey, that might be a good idea. Don't do this at home. Don't do that. Don't try and take revenge this way. I'm just telling you this right now. It's not going to end up like this book probably. And also, it's just not a good thing to do. I mean, if you want to like not play as your real like gender or whatever, or like a different gender, like that's perfectly fine. But if you're gonna like trick someone out of like money and stuff online, like that's a no. That's a no. Anyway, so but he decides to go down this route. But the thing is that the person who owned the account, who apparently like quote unquote tricked his cousin, actually like was not the owner of that account. Like, it was like a level, it was like, you know how like sometimes you can pay someone to like level up your account? So apparently this guy, like, he's like super rich or whatever, like the main lead, the guy who's gonna like end up dating the main guy, he was just like, oh, I have to like go abroad and I can't really like game right now, so I'm just gonna hire someone to do like my daily quests and stuff for me. And it's like, it'll be fine, right? It was not fine. First of all, this guy like really abused like the game, because like he was so rich, so he used like a lot of like materials and stuff on like the account, and like overall it's just like a very bad person. And he like fooled multiple people into like going out with him, such as like the main character's like cousin. So yeah, so when he came back, he was just like, who is this like girl trying to get close to me? Like, this is weird. Like, what's going on? And so anyway, so the main character is just like, this person's kind of different than what I was originally expecting, but I'm still gonna go through with my plan. And it turns out they like go to the same school and stuff, and like they like later on like fall in love. It's just really cute, and I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. All right, next. This one, honestly, I just put because I don't think it's like well known. Also, it's just a very interesting novel. That's pretty much all I can say about it. So it's called A Wave of Exes Came Looking for Me. What to do? So this guy is not a time management king, first of all. I'm gonna just lay this out right now. So this is a what was it? Like, not a world hopping. So basically this guy used to like be like a world hopper. He works for like this like transmigration bureau, or what, I'm not saying any of these words probably, but I'm not saying anything properly. Probably. Oh god, pronunciation. Anyway, but he works like for this burrow who like jumps like between like worlds and stuff to like, I guess, accomplish something. Like, their like objective is to like stabilize the world, and like in order to like stabilize the world or something, they have to like complete objectives. And sometimes it's like making this person and like that world like super like rich or famous, because like they're supposed to be like the son of God or whatever. They're like the chosen one, and like if they don't get what they need, then like the world is gonna like end or something. And so he was just like, okay, well, I work for this borough, I'm gonna go to these different worlds. And he like had a romantic relationship in each of the worlds that he went to. And on his 10th world, he ended up going back to like his original world, whatever. And they were just like, okay, what you have to do in this world is you have to keep like a low, like you have to keep a low status. You can't have too much money, blah blah blah. And he was just like, okay, yeah, no problem. It was a problem because weirdly enough, all of his exes, all of his husband from those worlds, or just people he had kind of like a relationship with, ended up coming back to find him in his world. And the thing is, his world is like just a normal world. Like, it's not apocalyptic like mine. It's probably like your guys' world where it's just like normal or like whatever. So like it's weird seeing this like person who can fly on a sword, who can command like battleships, who can like shoot lightning and stuff out of their hands, who can like, you know, do all that stuff. Like that's weird in that world, right? So obviously, and he needs to keep like a low profile. So this was just a no-go for him. And they always all come back to find him, and yeah, I just thought it was really interesting. He actually goes to some of the worlds himself in order to like fix this problem. So I thought that was just a really interesting book. All right, next. So the next one, I love this one so much. Highly recommend. I highly recommend all of these, honestly. It's called You're All Dead If You Mess With My Brother. First of all, no, it's not really like a Sweet Home Alabama story. So sorry for all you incest lovers. I'm not really into that. It's not incest, kind of, sort of. I can't really say for sure. Honestly, I haven't read all of it, but basically, what it's about is about this girl who she like transmigrated into like this book. And transmigration, for those of you who don't know, is basically where like you go from like your original world into like the world, like another world who's like that's not your original world. So like, for example, like if I currently am in the apocalypse and I went to your world, which obviously there's no undead, there's no zombie crystals and stuff, that's also transmigration. If you do that multiple times, that's called world hopping, because you go through multiple worlds. Actually, I'm writing a book about that right now, so I'll get more into that later. So basically, she got transmigrated into like this world, and like the main protagonist of the book she got transmigrated into is actually her brother, and he is like part of like this BL book, and he is supposed to, it's like a tragic story for him. So he ends up like always like, I guess like with a bad ending. And so she was just like, well, honestly, I don't really care. I just want to live my life or whatever. But the thing is that whenever he died, she would go back to when she first came into that world. And so all of her accomplishments, stuff like that, would be completely gone. And obviously, after like doing this like so many different times, you go a little bit crazy. And this is her story of kind of like how she spirals into kind of insanity over all of these like different events. It's like hilarious. Oh my god, the facial expressions, they're so good. I use them as memes sometimes because they're just amazing. I've like showed my friends this and they're just like, what on earth is that drawing style? It's so good. The reason why I say it's like kind of unfortunately incesty. Hi, thanks for joining. Oh my god, I can't believe you walked into when I was talking about kind of incest. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm talking about You're All Dead If You Mess With My Brother. It's not really incest. No, it's okay. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, okay. Nice. Thanks for joining even though you woke up. Anyway, so basically the reason why I say it's like kind of incesty is because apparently the brother might have feelings for the sister, although we're not 100% sure about it. Honestly, I think he just has like feelings of admiration for his sister, and also she like has no feelings for him, like, so I wouldn't really call it incest. I just call it like a funny kind of mana. All right, next is Pirouette Into My Heart. Some of you guys who read BL might know this as Salad Days. And the reason why it's called Salad Days, despite have nothing to do with salad, is according to like this one person on the internet who I don't know if I should trust, but I will just quote anyway because that's the only information I have right now, is Salad Days apparently in like Mandarin is very similar to like Golden Days or something. So like this is like these two boys and like their golden years of youth and how like they got together, and it's just a really, really sweet story. It's about this guy who wants to become like a ballerina. I don't know if there's like another word to say that, but yeah, he wants to become like a ballerina. He like loves dancing, and right next door to his dance class when he was younger was a boxing class. And guess who was in the boxing class? That's right, the male lead. And he and the male lead got along like really well, and they ended up like falling in love with each other, and like the way they support each other is just so cute, honestly. And, like I would highly recommend this one for like people who aren't really sure if they want to like get into BL, just want like a cute who just want like a nice, cute, relaxing story. Highly recommend this one. All right, next is The Pawn's Revenge. Now, unlike the other ones on this list, except for maybe Prince of Tennis, this one is a pretty popular mana. It's like mana's is like Korean like manga. I probably should have said this earlier, but it's a pretty popular mana. But the reason I put this on the list is just because like I just love the character. I just like the main character. I can't remember his name right now, but he's just so like interesting to me. Like the way that he like thinks about things, and like even though like he's in this position of like very very low power, and the fact that like he doesn't really have anything to his name, and he has all of these like issues and stuff. Like the fact that he can like do everything that he's like doing, and he's like really like fighting to be with like this guy, like I just think that's really amazing. And like all of like I guess the scheming that goes beyond like behind the scenes and stuff, where they're just like, oh, like I like refuse to go to jail, so I'm gonna do this, or like, oh, I don't want him to go to jail, I'll do this. Or it's just like, oh, like blank happened. It's just like there's just so much like scheming, I guess, and like kind of like revenge question mark, which is why I would definitely highly recommend The Pawn's Revenge. Also, I think the art style is really cool. I did read Killing Stalking. I read all of it. Sorry, water. I read all of it. My thoughts on Killing Stalking, I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. I can see why people like it. Personally, I didn't love it. I thought it was an interesting read for sure. Would I read it again? Probably not, but I don't regret, I guess, reading it once. There is this one mana that I regret ever reading. I love and hate this author at the same time, because she has like multiple mana. I didn't put any of her stuff on this list because she's pretty popular, but she has like some mana. I can't remember what it's called. It's like called like Snarling in Your Words, I think right now. It's like her latest one. I actually kind of like that one, although it's also like kind of weird. She has a lot of like weird stories, I would say. There's just not what you expect, is the best way I would put it. So yeah, I really like her stuff sometimes. Like her debut work was actually really really interesting, and then so I was just like, oh, I'll read like the rest of the stuff that she had. And like there's like this one book, not book, there's this one mana that she had. Oh my god, what is wrong? What is wrong with you? I mulled so hard every time I think about that. No, like, did I think that it made sense? Kind of. Did I like it? No, I am not into that whatsoever. So yeah, if you're into if you're like interested in checking that out, you can look for like Snarling in Your Words or something like that. It's gonna be a BL. You can just look up the author, and then you can look up like her previous works. I can't remember exactly which one it is right now, but you'll probably find it. Yeah, just look for a lot of people balding. Alright, so that's my post for anime, manga, mana, and novels. Next, I'm gonna go into some music that I like, because like I said earlier, I'm into rock, I'm into pop, I'm also into K-pop. So I'm gonna start off with Set It Off. I just really like their songs. I've been listening to a lot of them recently. I'm trying to think about what I've been listening to. I really like Nightmare and Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. I know those are like pretty like obvious picks for this band, but I really like them. I listen to them a lot. So next is Panic at the Disco. I bet a lot of people know about this one. I just really like their songs as well. Oh, sorry, my voice broke. Yeah, I just think their songs are really cool. I guess one that I really like is oh my gosh, why can't I remember what it's called? It's like the one where like it's about like where they're in like a church or something, and like the the bride is like, well, basically just call her a whore in the song. Yeah, anyway. Also like the one where one I've been listening to recently is House of Memories. That one's really good. I highly recommend watching that one. I got really into that song, actually not because like I found the song itself, but I was like watching like a lot of different like clips and stuff, and like I heard some clips like using that song, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. I may make a cover of that song one day. I'm not really like the best singer, but I feel like the best way to really improve is by practicing and by posting. And like while I know like a lot of people might, well, not a lot of people, I know like some people would just be like, why are you so bad at this? Why are you even posting? I'm just gonna be like, well, you know what? I think in order to get better, I really need to like practice, and I need to like, you know, record myself. I need to like, and if anyone's like willing to like give me tips, that'd be great too. But obviously you don't have to. This is just me posting for fun, see if I ever get better. But yeah, that's Panic at the Disco. Next, Imagine Dragons. I know, another popular band. I actually was super into Arcane. So like, I really like the show. I thought it was a super interesting show, even though I don't really play LOL. But I really like it. Like, especially like Powder, / people who haven't watched Arcane, don't listen. I really like Powder and Jinx. I just think that she's a really cool character. Yeah. Okay. If you're one of the people who have to cover your ears for that part, you're fine now. Anyway, so I really liked Arcade, and the song that they played for Arcade I thought was really cool. So I like listening to that song a lot. I don't remember what it's called right now. I think I can look it up real quickly. But yeah, next song, or not song, next band group question mark is Starset. So I really like Starset. I think they have like really cool songs. Like they have like this one song called like Monsters. I have like a whole playlist for Starset. Like they're emo question mark. Oh yeah, it's so the whatchamacallit, Imagine Dragon song I was talking about was called Enemy. I think it's really cool. So Starset, I listen to a lot of Starset. I don't listen to them too much lately, or like recently, I guess. But they have some really cool songs. Highly recommend checking them out. I think they're like, I wouldn't say they're like that popular of an artist, but at the same time, I don't really know if they're probably not. I just like listening to them just because I like listening to them. Let's see if I can find some of the ones that I'm watching right. No, not set it off. Starset. Why can I not? Oh yeah, speaking of music, so the music that I like, the background music that I'm playing right now, I got from Twitter, from the user I'm trying to see, it's like her ad is like EE something. I'll like put it on my wrong one. I'll put it on my Twitter for, and not on my Twitter. I'll put it on my like Twitch, my credits area for background music later, so that way if you guys like want to use it, because it's free to use for like everyone, and also I just think it's really cool. So yeah. Oh, here I found it. Starset. So oh, it's not called Monster, it's called Carnivore. It has begun in my demons. So I feel like those songs are really good if you want to give them a listen to. All right, next on the list, 1OK Rock. So like I said earlier, I'm super into Japanese music, and one of them, mainly like I listen to Japanese rock music. One of my favorite ones is 1OK Rock. I've actually been to one of their concerts. I went with my dad at the time, because he's like heard some of their music before, and he was just like, oh yeah, I really like 1OK Rock too. He's been my dad has been like a really big influence when it comes to like my music and stuff. So that's like the reason why we like both listen to a lot of the same stuff. Water. So yeah, but it was kind of awkward because the thing is, like, imagine going to a rock concert. Not only that, but like they like swearing and stuff, and like I was like definitely at that age where like it's fine and stuff if you like swear, but like it's just kind of awkward when you're like watching these people like swearing. They'd be like, yeah, let's fucking go or whatever. It's like, yeah, let's rock the stage, like, yeah, and like they're throwing a lot of like f-bombs around, just, you know, just like I guess cheer up the audience or like whatever. It's kind of awkward standing next to my dad and just having to hear that. But I mean, we both enjoyed it, although I was kind of like temporarily deaf after. Also, I got there kind of late for like multiple reasons. We actually got there early, but we couldn't find parking. Cries. So yeah, because I got pit tickets, and like I said, I'm in real life I am not 5'6", and there are a lot of people who were like wearing platform shoes or like were like much taller than me who were in front, which honestly, like, good for you, like the fact that you got there early and that you can see. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, like it should have been me up there. I mean, like, well, yeah, that's obviously what I want, but I'm not gonna like begrudge them of that. But I do feel it was kind of like inconsiderate, especially for some people who are like jumping up and down when like they were like definitely the tallest people in like the very front. Well, not the very front, but they're like in like the front. I was just like, oh, I kind of wish like they didn't jump up and down. But at the same time, I get that's how like they're like cheering them on and stuff. And I bet like probably the band themselves like seeing that. So whatever. Anyway, yeah, 1OK Rock. I like so many of their songs. I want to say that Clock Strikes is probably one of my favorites. Although I really, really do kind of like their like English album. Like originally I didn't really like We Are Kings and stuff, if I'm gonna be completely honest. But I like really like it. Oh, also American Girls. American Girls is actually a really, really good song. Highly, highly recommend listening to it. Alright, next on my list is Wagaki Band. So I added this onto the list, even though I don't listen to them too much, if I'm being honest. I just think they're a really, really cool band. And the reason why I think they're so cool is because they're actually a mixture of like
ancient Japanese kind of like instruments and rock music. Like how cool is that? Like think about like this like ancient instruments, and even like the main singer of the band actually used to be like an enka singer. And for those of you who don't know what an enka singer is basically someone who like they're kind of like opera singers, right? That's so cool. I like them so much. Like watching, like hearing her sing with all of like, the instruments in the back and stuff. Like yeah, they have like their normal like guitar and stuff, but they also have like the koto, and they have like it's so cool. Like you have to like watch them perform and also just hear the music. Highly recommend like literally watching any of that. They actually posted like I don't know if it's a cover or like an original song, if I'm being honest, of like Phony, because I don't know who Phony is actually originally by. I know like a lot of people did covers on them, which is why I'm not 100% sure, but like their cover of Phony is really cool too. If you want to just like get started into them, I would say to watch that cover or like that song, and then like getting into their other stuff. Yeah. All right. Oh, this one kind of like cut into the next line and I didn't even notice. Oops. So they're called Chico with Honeyworks. I really like listening. So actually Honeyworks and Chico I think are like different artists, but I kind of put them like together because like most of the songs I listen to are either by like Chico or Honeyworks. So I think what's one of the songs that I listen to? Let's see. Oh, I really like I Know Scenario. Like that one's such a good song. Like I'm probably never gonna have a cover of that one. That one goes really high. Oh, and Wolf or like Gimme Call. Those are all such good songs. Definitely recommend them. I think that actually maybe some of you, if you're like into like anime and stuff, you might have actually heard of Chico with Honeyworks, because I believe they actually do like OSTs and stuff too. Although I might be wrong, I'm thinking about somebody else. Alright, next we're gonna get into the K-pop territory. Yay! At least for people like K-pop. Alright, so one of my favorites right now is NCT, full name Neo Culture Technology, although they forgive themselves sometimes. As for NCT, my ultimate bias for those of you who don't know what that is basically the person who you like most in like kind of K-pop. That's an ultimate bias. So my ultimate bias in NCT right now is Jaemin. Oh my gosh, I've liked him basically since like SM Rookies era. Like I saw like their post and I was like, oh, him. I choose him and Jeno. Yeah. So I was just like, oh my god, they're so cool, and I really like seeing them perform. The only thing I regret is that I didn't get into them during Mickey Mouse era. So that sounds really weird. So basically they were on like the Korean version, I guess, of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or whatever. Like basically like Korean Disney, and they had like their own show and everything. And like some of the members, especially like the two that I'm interested in, were on that show. I've like watched a lot of the clips though. That's really cool. So I like them. I'm not gonna lie, I do spend I don't really spend money on K-pop anymore, but I used to spend a lot of money on K-pop. I had like 3 part-time jobs at one point just for like, well, not just for K-pop. I had it for like multiple reasons. One, I wanted like work experience. Another is just because another for K-pop, and also I just wanted to like have like my own kind of like money, because like obviously like I'm extremely grateful towards like my parents who both like provide me with a lot of things, but like at the same time like I don't want to like bother them with any of like my hobby stuff. Like any of the games that I like I buy with like my own money and like my own savings account. Like I've never gotten really like a oh my god, what is it called, allowance. I've never gotten an allowance from my parents. I've like earned money by doing chores and stuff, and that's only when they're like really big chores. Like I remember like when we moved at one point, like our house was just overgrown with weeds, and there's this huge like plant out in front. They're like, we need to get rid of that, and now it's just like, oh okay. And then they were like really busy at the time, so like, I'll pay $20 if you cut up the lawn, and like you take out all like the weeds and stuff. And like this is like a lot of work, so like they paid me like $10 or $20, which like great for me. Obviously that was like my only form of allowance, but like at the same time they've done a lot for me, so I don't really want to like take too much money. So any of the stuff that like I spent, like they're all gonna be like my own money, which is why I had so many part-time jobs. So That's NCT. And then next is MCND. Probably a lot of you guys don't know who they are, even if you're into K-pop, because I wouldn't say they're like that popular. They're actually on tour right now. I really wanted to see them, but I couldn't. Fun fact, I've actually met MCND multiple times. I've seen them in person, actually. I've talked to them in person too. Haha, a little bit of a flex. Anyway, so I'm like really into them. Obviously, in order to like meet them, you like spend money and time and stuff. So I did that for them too. I was really into one of the members when he was on like this like it was like this idol survival show called Under 19. I was really into like Win at that time. So that's how I got into MCND. But now I'm like into all the members. And actually, my favorite right now I think is like Huijun. So he's so pretty. He's so pretty. He's even pretty in real life, which I didn't even think was possible. Actually, I like met him like not met him. We like talked over like not FaceTime. What was it, like Line and stuff? Because I won one of like the fan calls where you can like kind of like FaceTime your idol or whatever. And when I was like talking to him, I was like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. Like that's literally what I said when the first time I met him in Korean, obviously, because I don't really speak English. And then he was just like, oh yeah, thank you so much. And like when I met him in person for the first time, I said the same exact thing because I was just like starstruck. I was just like, oh my god, how is he even better looking in real life? And his voice is like that of an angel. Oh my gosh, so excited, fangirl, like basically. And he was just like, hey, are you by chance like that one like fan who like comes to a lot of her like fan calls and stuff? And I was like, oh my gosh, I am. He's just like, yeah, I remember you. And he's just like, I remember you said the same thing to me the first time. And I was like, yeah, I did. So yeah, that was like my little YN moment there. So MCND, great songs. I actually learned their song #mood just for like fun and stuff. It's like a really cool dance. Their dances are so hard. I tried to learn Ice Age as well. You should check out their dances. Like even if you're not like super into like K-pop or whatever, like if you see their dances, you will be amazed 100%. So yeah, that's it for MCND for now. And then Royal Pirates. So they're not really K-pop. I would say they're more like K-rock. And the reason why I put them on the list is because I feel like they just don't get enough recognition. I think they're a really cool band. And like, there's this one song called Drawing the Line, which is kind of more poppy, I would say. So if you're not super into rock, you're not like really sure, I would say to listen to that song. There's also like one in like the same album, I think, that was like kind of like a ballad. I don't remember. They have both English and Korean versions, which I think is really cool. They did all of like the translation and stuff like themselves, because one of the members, like the main vocalist, I believe, he can like speak fluent English, I think, because he like lived in America or somewhere like that, like an English speaking country for like a couple years, which I think is like some dedication right there. Like the fact that you would like translate everything and like have your own like English kind of like song, I guess. I thought that was really cool. And also their vocals are just really amazing. So yeah, that's it for music. All right, next, the fun part, the part that some of you guys might be waiting for. Lore, yay! Okay, so I hyped up my lore a lot. I don't know if I should have hyped it up that much. Oh, I'm out of water almost. Okay, I'm not really gonna go. So I can't reveal all of my lore right now for very special reasons. But basically, as you all know, basically by now, that I am currently in the apocalypse, and you guys probably all know what the apocalypse is. My apocalyptic world might be a little bit different than what you're thinking of. So in this apocalyptic world, we have like zombies, and the thing is, well, obviously we call them the undead actually, and there's like different levels of the undead. I don't know how many of you guys have like really like seen or watched like apocalyptic like novels and movies, but we have different levels of the undead. So like level 1 is just like your normal like mindless like brainless zombie. They don't really drop like good crystals and stuff. It's kind of like when you're like farming for monsters. It's basically the same thing. They don't drop good stuff. So like yeah, they're like fine if you like really need like zombie crystals or whatever, and also like you're okay with dealing with them, because obviously like the normal layperson probably wouldn't be able to deal with them. I mean, they probably could, because they not really that hard to kill, decapitate. And then there's like level 2, they're getting like faster, smarter, and then like the highest level right now right now at least, is level 10. And these are like zombie like kings generals. Like they can like lead like the undead army. Like these are powerful. We haven't actually, I don't think we've seen a sighting of a level 10 yet. Who knows? We'll see. So that's for like the level of undead. We also have the same level slash power scale for power users. So to go into my powers, I am a high level, I'm actually a level 7 electricity user. And what that means, or lightning, electricity, they're kind of like the same thing. We kind of like switch in between them. I don't like channel electricity or lightning or anything. I kind of like just have it running through me. So whenever I want, I can kind of just like, I just go like buzz, and then, well, not buzz, but like I can shoot like lightning and stuff out of like my body. That sounded really weird for some reason. It sounds like, anyway, we're gonna move past that. So that's one of my powers. This is my main power. That's what people at the base like really know me for, especially since I'm a level 7, which means that I'm powerful. Oh, another thing. So that's also the reason why, as you can see, my hair is blue. And so when you are a lightning electricity user, or like sometimes a water user typically have like dark blue hair, whereas lightning users typically have lighter blue hair, which is why my hair is, sorry, my table is a light blue color. Not only is it light blue, you can also see kind of like it has white, a little bit of white in it. And the thing is, like, you know how like electricity, when it's like really strong, at least I think, when it's like really strong, it like turns white. So it's like the same concept. So that's why, because I'm so powerful, people think that my hair is a little bit white just because I have really strong electricity powers. But actually, I am a triple power user. That's right, I have 3 powers. So my second power is actually the ability to read minds. Now, for you guys in the chat, don't worry, I can't read your minds. I can't read minds when they're not like within like a couple meters of me. There's like set requirements for this, of course. My mind reading powers aren't that powerful. And typically it's pretty easy to tell whether someone is a mind. Yes, I am OP. Haha. This is why I can survive so long and well in the apocalypse. This is why I can stream in the apocalypse. If I was struggling and I wasn't this OP, I don't think I could survive. But yeah, I have mind reading powers. And you know, like mind reading in the apocalypse is really weird. Like it's not because like it's the apocalypse or whatever, it's just weird in general. Okay, anyway, so yeah. I'm pretty sure I turned it off like for bots. Okay, well, whatever, we just keep going. So as I was saying, so for my mind reading powers, the thing is about mind readers in the apocalypse is that it's actually like not that hard to spot a mind reader, which you would think is like a very like bad thing, because like these are like mind readers. Like the whole point of a mind reader is like they can kind of like catch you by surprise sometimes, right? Like in like Spy Family, for example, for people who like watch it, like Anya, like, you know, like people don't know that she can like read minds, and like that's kind of like what helps her. She can like keep her secret and stuff, right? We don't have that here. No, because when you get a power, like your hair or like your eyes or like a part of your body like changes to like kind of like match that. It's just like a side effect of getting that power. And so the side effect typically that mind readers get is the fact that their hair typically turns white, or like their irises turn white, or like some part of like them, typically it's like a white color. And that's the reason why typically if you have like white hair, obviously unless you're like old or something, they might be able to get away with that, but people with white hair are typically not looked so greatly upon. They typically, you want to keep them at arm's reach unless you like want to use them or whatever, because you don't want anyone really reading your mind. You know, it's an invasion of privacy. You don't really want that, especially because it's the apocalypse. You know, there's a lot of backstabbing that happens here, which is why mind reading is so helpful for me, because you know, maybe you were already planning to backstab them, but it's always good to have an extra reason for doing so if they were going to anyway, you know? You gotta do what you gotta do. That's basically, that's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, and so that's why there's like a separate like compound for mind readers, like people with like those kind of features, unless they can like prove differently. I'm not in that compound. I'm actually in the lightning user compound, which is near our like base's like electricity storage area, because you know, sometimes if like we run out of electricity or something happens with like the generator, then you know, we can just pop on over and we're just like, hey, and we're like, okay, well, go get like the adapter, I guess, and we'll charge it. That's one of
my other jobs besides like having to go gather zombie crystals. So yeah, that's it for mind readers. That's also the reason why I don't really tell people that I can read minds. It's just, you know, element of surprise and stuff, and I don't really want to be part of that. Oh, excuse me. And then my last power, which is my most useless power, which is why it's also saved for last, the power to be able to talk to people from different universes. I think it's a fun power sometimes. You get to talk to a lot of like interesting I can't even say people because sometimes they're not people. Interesting entities. There we go. Interesting entities. Because, you know, like sometimes they're like not a person, sometimes they're just like a slime, sometimes it's like an actual person, like a humanoid person, sometimes it's just like a dragon or something like that. Yeah, aliens, you know, whatever. I get to basically talk to people from any universe. But the thing is that I don't really get to choose which universe I talk to, and it's not like we speak the same language all the time, you know? I mean, yeah, that's like the sad part. Also, like, they can't really send me anything at the same time because, like, you know, we can't exactly do like inter-dimension travel, is it? I don't know. Somebody can correct me on this, but you know, stuff like that. As a result, it's not like super helpful power, especially like the apocalypse. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, how's a slime? How's talking to a slime gonna help me? You know, not really gonna help me. But it did let me stream, and let me tell you how. Just going into how I started streaming, for my lore. So basically, I had like this old computer. You know, I just like found it, and I was just like, huh, this is an interesting piece of technology. Let me take this back, because why not? Obviously, I can get the electricity / power for it, because that's not a problem for me. Unless like I somehow fry like the circuits or something, which doesn't typically happen, and I hope it doesn't happen ever. But yeah, so I like took back this computer, and I was like thinking, I was just like, huh, what is this service I see? You know, and then I found like on this computer like Twitch, and I found like Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and all that stuff. And I was like, wow, that's so interesting. I wonder how I can be a part of this. And I was just like, wait, my third power lets me speak to people from different universes. So I was just like, what if I zapped this computer with my power? And lo and behold, look, it worked. And now I can stream. Although it's my power isn't really that high of a level. I don't even know what category this falls under, honestly. That's also the reason why like my eyes are also kind of grayish. Like I don't really like I honestly didn't even know they're a little bit grayish. Like I just thought like they were kind of like dark blue, but they're a little bit grayish actually. They're like a dark blue gray. I haven't really mentioned this before, but they are. And so I guess that's like the reason why they're gray. Anyway, so streaming. So I was just like, huh, this would be a good way to just pass time, you know? Because like I don't really want to always think about like the undead and the apocalypse. So I was just like, why not start streaming? Because I think it would be fun, you know, meeting people and just like talking and stuff. Because, you know, it's hard to like trust a lot of people in the apocalypse as well. You don't really know what's going on sometimes. So yeah, streaming. So that's how I got into streaming. And now here's a little secret part of my lore that I might talk about later. I don't really talk about it that often actually, but I actually kind of have amnesia. And so I said that so happily. I don't know why. So basically, I know, so I wasn't born into the apocalypse I wasn't born in the apocalypse, like during the apocalypse. I was actually born before the apocalypse started. But what happened, so when the apocalypse started, I want to say like, I don't know how young I was, but it's been a couple years since apocalypse. We don't really keep track of like times and dates here, so I don't really know how long it's been. So does anyone else. We just go day to day pretty much. But oh my god, what was I saying? I'm so bad with keeping track of my thoughts. I need to do better. But basically, so it was like during the apocalypse. This is when the apocalypse first started, and like obviously I didn't have like my powers from the get-go. Like some people did, but some people didn't, and I wasn't one of the people who had their powers in the beginning, so I was struggling. That's also why a lot of my tags are Leah is struggling. I am struggling a lot. Struggling with my computer. I'm struggling in the apocalypse, you know. We try to vibe here, but the vibes aren't really the greatest. Anyway, so
but there was someone who was like there to help me during like all of this. And I don't actually remember who it was who helped me, because all I remember is that after I had like my awakening, and the awakening in this kind of like apocalyptic world is when you get like your power and stuff. Basically, you kind of like pass out for a while. It varies depending on how powerful your ability is as well. And passing out in apocalypse is like not a good thing to do, you know, because like who knows if someone's gonna like, you know, kill you? Who knows if somebody's gonna like loot your goods? Who knows if an undead is gonna get to your body? So yeah, that's why you have to do awakening typically in a safe space, but you never know when you're gonna awaken sometimes. So when I was having my awakening, I was like surrounded by like the undead. Honestly, it was a very bad, stressful situation. All I remember is that there was someone there to help me, and when I woke up, I was in like a safe shelter, and like everything was good, and like my hair had changed color. It was originally like just like a normal like brown or like black or whatever. I don't even remember at this point. But yeah. So that's why I say I kind of have like kind of amnesia, because I don't 100% remember this person. Although one day I hope to maybe remember them, and we'll see. Another thing, I might be starting like a bi-monthly, we'll see, series, and this is like a very, very temporary thing where I talk about my life during the apocalypse, especially because there's like this one new person who came to the base. Like they're so weird. I'm actually writing a book based on this character. Haha. This is me doing a little bit of advertising for a book that's still in the works. Anyway, so when I read his mind, he's like an interesting character in the sense that he says a lot of things that don't really make sense. He's just like, oh my god, system, come and help me. It's just like, why am I Earth? Am I in like this apocalypse? And I'm just like, well, obviously you're in the apocalypse. Like, I don't understand. It's been the apocalypse for a while now. Like, where have you been? So yeah, I'm gonna write a little bit about him because he's an interesting character. He also doesn't really have powers either, and the fact that he's like this grown man kind of in the apocalypse who doesn't know anything about the apocalypse is a little weird. So yeah, stay tuned to maybe learn more about this mystery character. Alright, so that's basically it. That's all I want to talk about lore for now. Oh, also for like, they're not okay, so I am not the best artist, as I have said. I try my best with what I have. So as you can see, like the little like lightning bolts, the thunder, lightning, whatever the bolts you call it, they're supposed to kind of like stand for my electricity power, my lightning powers, and then these like little like diamond shaped things are supposed to represent the crystals. So because I am a lightning user, I typically want like these kind of like bluish whitish kind of crystals, or like diamonds, or I would call them crystals because that's what we call them. You want those in order to be able to like really level up your power, because if you just have an ordinary crystal, it just kind of like helps you, I guess, like it just makes you stronger. Really, it's just like a general thing. It doesn't really help you in your powers or anything. But if you get like the ones that are like really meant for your powers, those are what really help. I like those. So these blue ones, oh yeah, give me all of the blue ones. All right, so that's a little bit about the reason why I chose those specific, I guess, jewels, gems, pictures. There we go, pictures. All right, next, as you guys kind of already saw on the side, Q&A. Oh, I guess, why is this not working? Yay! It's supposed to be, so I don't know how exactly to say it. I know some people say GIF. I know some people say GIF. I kind of say it both ways because I'm not 100% sure on how you're supposed to say it. I just thought this one was really cute. It's from like Hanamaru's like kindergarten, I think. So if you guys are interested in it, you can go and check it out. It's so cute. Look, she's like dancing. She's like in a panda costume. Oh my god! And I picked this one also because like the hair was blue, and I was like, hey, my hair is kind of blue too. So why not? As you also have seen, like my follower count thing is also from Hanamaru. I like using a lot of like Hanamaru pictures, I guess, and like GIFs or GIFs, however you call it. Alright, so on Twitter, if you're like ever, I'm on Twitter a lot, just because like it's like fun seeing like people like posting. I like honestly watching any type, not any type, but like I like looking at like shit posts a lot, or like just like posts in general. I like interacting with like the community because I just think it's a good way to like make friends. Yeah, basically, I like live on Twitter. Like, you know it. Like, I think people are just like, how is this girl on Twitter so often? And I'm just like, yes, shit posting is life. I love shit posting. Like, yeah, yeah. Like, oh my god, my laundry post. Like, I had to schedule that because I was like, I know I'm gonna be on Twitter. I think I haven't made like a whatchamacallit, like a reminder or whatever. I think I forgot to like set a timer for like my laundry, so I like scheduled that post because I was like, because I know my laundry is supposed to be done around that time. So I was just like, okay, if I set a post for this time and I see it, and it's like scheduled there, I'll probably like remember and I'll go get my laundry, right? And yeah, it did work. I did go get my laundry, but oh my god, my laundry wasn't done, which is why I was just like, oh my god, please laundry. Oh my god, please get done faster. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so Q&A questions. I had like a little Q&A post. I don't think anyone else posted anything there. I can like check right now actually. But yeah, I have 3 that I know were like definitely being asked. So yeah, shit posting. We love shit posting. Oh yeah, another thing. I haven't really sworn. I haven't really like sweared a lot in this stream just because it's like my debut stream. But if I'm being perfectly honest, I swear a lot. So yeah. We're just for future notice. All right, first question. So, what's your favorite game? This is submitted by Yujo Kumo. Great singer, by the way, if you want to go check out his stuff. I believe it's a he. I don't 100% remember their pronouns. I'm sorry. But my favorite game. Oh, this is actually really hard because like I said, I don't play a lot of games. I'm actually really into like ultimate games, which is why one of my friends is actually like making an ultimate game for me right now. She's actually looking for voice actors for one of the characters. So if you guys are interested in acting for one of the characters, this is an apocalyptic ultimate game, by the way. And so I'm going to be playing it on stream and stuff. And if you're interested in like really like being part of the process of like what it's like being like a voice actor and stuff, highly recommend trying out. This is also her first time, and this is an unpaid project, unfortunately. But if we ever get like donations or anything like that, we'll probably like split it amongst everyone. Like obviously she'll get like most of it because she's the one who made the game. But yeah. Notification. Okay. But yeah, so favorite game right now. I haven't actually started it yet, but I would say Genshin because I just think it looks so cool. Like I'm such a simp for no, I can't say that on stream. Shrimp. I'm a shrimp. I'm such a shrimp for Tomoaki Maeno. Like I shrimp for him so hard. So basically, who Tomoaki Maeno is he's like this like really he's like a really like famous voice actor. He's like voiced a lot of like, yes, exactly. No, not cancel on my debut, please. Twitch, don't do this to me. I promise to never say it again. I said shrimp. We all heard shrimp, right? Right, chat? We heard shrimp. We didn't hear anything else. No, never. Anyway, I don't know why they banned that word. I always thought that was weird. I was just like, is there like a bad meaning to that word? Somebody told me why exactly that was banned. Not on chat maybe, but like DMs or like on Twitter or something. I don't know. Yes, we are cooking shrimp. I with an H and an R. Okay, but there isn't a bad meaning. Then why on earth is it banned? That's so weird. Anyway, maybe I'll look it up later. But yeah, I really like Tomoaki Maeno. Like his voice is just amazing, and like I have like a list of like voice actors that I'm really into, and Tomoaki Maeno is like one of my number one. He also voiced Hak from like Akatsu no Yona, which is like it's like the girl with like red hair, and then she's like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like it's not the Shirayuki Hime one. It's not the one where like she's like basically kind of like Snow White. It's like this other one where like she's like this princess or like whatever, and she's like on the run. She's on the run. I can't say really why because I think that's also a spoiler. It's not a spoiler that she's on the run. Like it's literally been posted everywhere, so I can say that. But she's like gathering a bunch of like different like warriors for like her cause or whatever to like help her. So yeah, that's Akatsu no Yona. Really great show, by the way. Definitely recommend it. One of my favorite characters from that show is Hak. Oh my god, I love Hak so much. Anyway, so for Hawk, his voice actor is Tomaki Maino, and that's how I kind of got into him. And I was like, oh my god, he's so cool. And then I found out that Jung Lee, I believe that's how you say his name. Correct me if I'm wrong, because my Mandarin is very bad. And I know that some of the voice actors don't even say it properly themselves. So yeah. Anyway, so God, what was I saying? Oh, that's right. Okay, so Tomoyaki Maina. So he actually voices Jong Lee in Genshin Impact for like the Japanese version. And I was like, that's so cool. I really like his voice. Also, Jong Lee, like his like, oh my god, I just really like his character design. Although I did post on Twitter that I'm sorry Jong Lee, if I ever pull you, you would no longer be my main. I'm gonna main Zero. Thank you. I really like Zero's art style. Also like I know I already mentioned him twice. But like his art is like just so cool. Like I like one day I really want art from him, honestly. Oh really? I heard like people like weren't happy with Zhongli though. Like something about like I don't know, like oh you can like do better with like this character or something, and I was like nah, I'm still gonna main Zhongli. But yeah, I am starting to play Genshin Impact soon. I would probably say that's my favorite game, even though I haven't really started. Although another game that I did play in the past was like this one ultimate game on mobile. I can't remember what it's called anymore, but it's like I think it's like A3 like something. It's like an idol thingamabobber. It's like this game about where like you as the MC or like some kind of like idol manager or something, and like the people who you can like I guess romance are like the other idols. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I did have a favorite amongst the characters, but one of my like other favorites, like my second favorite, was actually a side character who apparently you couldn't play, but you can still get cards for, which is why like when I played that game, I tried so hard to get that side character's cards. I just like, no, I really wanted his cards. I don't want this like special S1. No, give me like this regular side character card. Yes, I want those. And apparently I had collected like all of them, so I was just like, sadness. Anyway, I don't really play that one anymore, but that was also a cool game. Might talk about it more later, might play it, who knows. Next, question 2. What are your 5 favorite game soundtracks? By Karasi Theos. I'm probably saying this wrong as well, sorry. I know he's like streaming right now. I don't think I can rate him because I think it's on YouTube. But yeah, you should go check him out later. Tell him I sent a raid after I'm done with my debut stream. If he's still streaming. But my 5 favorite game soundtracks. Okay, so like I said, I don't really game a lot. I don't really know a lot of game soundtracks, but I do know that I really like the music actually for Splatoon. I feel like this is a bad answer. No, but I think the Splatoon music is actually like so like it's really good. Like actually one of the reasons why I kind of want to play Splatoon even though I don't have like a Switch or anything is because I like the music. I just think it's cool. Yeah, also I think it's like a fun looking game, although it is like on the pricier side. You also need like a Switch and stuff, so I'm kind of content with like just watching right now, especially since like Digisanji is having like the Splatoon kind of like they're having the competition, right? Yeah, so I'm watching that. So 5 favorite game soundtracks. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't really think I can answer this. I guess I'm gonna put Splatoon as one. I know Genshin Impact is a pretty good song, so I'll put that as another one. And then I'm trying to think of what other game soundtracks I might like. I don't think I can think of anything right now. Yeah, sorry, I can't really name 5 because I can't think of 5. If anyone has any like recommendations, let me know. I'll give them a listen, and then maybe I'll like do the ranking, like a better updating full ranking on like Twitter or something where I spend most of my time, as you guys know. I live on Twitter basically. Yeah, all right. And then this is kind of like the last question, and then I'll make it like a free-for-all for chat if you guys are interested. Or I might just like talk a little bit more. So question number 3. What are you going to focus on when you stream? So this is submitted by Dan Tansky. Oh, this was all like on Twitter because I was just like, oh, maybe I should like post it like to other places as well. But like I kind of forgot to do that, so rip. So Ori and the Blind Forest has a lot of good soundtracks. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna put that on my list. I am going to literally like type that down right now because I know if I don't do it right now, I will definitely forget. So it's called Ori and the Blind Forest. Let's see. Okay, so for what am I gonna focus on when I'm streaming? Kind of like what I said earlier. I'm super into writing, and I'm not like 100% really into gaming. I like gaming with friends and stuff, cause I kind of like going like bouncing off of other people. I guess when I'm like talking, I feel like the nice thing about gaming is like the interaction. You know, like I like gaming by myself sometimes. Like I said, I do play COD sometimes, even though like none of my friends really play anymore. But yeah, I don't really know if I'll do a lot of game streams. I do think I do want to stream Genshin if my computer will let me. We will see what happens. Um, but yeah, I'll do a lot of writing scripts because like that's pretty much what I focus on. You know how like there's been a lot of like VTuber scripts. I really want to write one of those. Actually, I plan to like have like a thing later on. Probably on like I'll probably make like a post on Twitter where I'll just be like, hey guys, send me a picture of your PNGs, and then like I guess like a script idea, like literally like name anything. Like if you want to be like a yandere, even like I'll write a yandere script for you. I got you. As long as it's not like incest. If it's gory, I'm fine with that too. I write a lot of horror myself actually. So yeah, I would say like my grammar is not. My grammar I would say is pretty good, but I do use like a specific grammar style. And typically I write a lot of poetry. I do, as I said, I write books, but yeah, I have a very specific writing style. So some of you guys might not like that. Some of you guys might like that. So yeah, just keep in mind, like when I write these scripts, I'm literally just writing them for fun. And I am going to like write them on stream. I'll just be like talking about them on stream. So if you guys are like okay with that, you know, I'm gonna make a post later on Twitter, just like drop me your PNGs. It could be like anything, like even if you want me to write about like an anime character, just like a novel character, as long as you tell me like kind of like maybe what they look like, or like just like I don't know, headcanon and like a little bit like personality, maybe even lore, and then I can write like a script based off of that. Like tell me what you want, because I know like Nitter said he wanted like BL. Like I got you, I can write BL for sure. I've wrote a lot of BL. Yeah, I can write story romance too, obviously. So I'm gonna focus on a lot of writing. Oh, okay. I reached 100 messages? Question mark. Is that a good? I don't know if that's a good thing. All right. Yeah, I got you, Neru. I'm gonna write a lot of BL for you if you want. Don't worry. If you don't want it to. By the way, I don't write NSFW. No. I can read NSFW. I will not write NSFW just because also I don't want to be banned by Twitch. Twitch, please don't ban me. I said I'm not gonna write smut on your platform. So yeah, please leave me alone. I might. So yeah, but like if you want like BL or something, I can make it like, you know how like sometimes they like have it like off screen or whatever. Like if you want that, like I'm fine with writing that. But like besides that, no. I don't think I'll write anything more than that. But writing streams, I'm also gonna have like a serenade kind of thing. So if you guys are interested in being serenaded, oh, give me some of like your personality qualities. Again, your PNG, and then I'll have like literally your PNG on the side, and I'll just be like, I'm gonna serenade you. I'm gonna whisper sweet nothings to you on stream. I'm gonna do that for probably like maybe some of the Niji Sanchi members as well. just cause I just find it interesting. I feel like that'd be cool. So that's what I'm gonna focus on probably when I'm streaming. If you guys ever like want a collab, obviously I'm like down. Especially if I have the game. I'm probably not gonna buy any more games for now, just cause like I bought a lot recently. And while I still have like, it's still within my budget, I just prefer to take a break, at least for the rest of October. Maybe more in November as like an early birthday present or something for me. But yeah, I think those are all the questions I have. Does chat have any questions for me? My lore, what I like, any stories? Oh, also like another thing, like like I said, I really like this like background music, but at the same time, like I know that like Kerasi, like Theos, like wait, I'll show you his ad again. So he's actually gonna be making background music for me, which is why on like Twitch, if you go to like my credits section, it's like a work in progress, and then like the two eyes kind of like this. So I don't know. Obviously I don't want to like push him or anything. So yeah, thank you also for doing this for me. I know he's at the stream right now. Let's see. Oh my god, I've already been streaming for 2 hours. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I'd be streaming for like an hour max, because I was like, there's no way I can talk about myself and like my lore and like answer these 3 questions for more than an hour. And somehow I got to 2 hours.
you guys so much for like sticking with me for these 2 hours. I know I talk a lot. Let's see, is there anything else I want to mention? Oh yeah, if I'm perfectly fine with having like messages and stuff in like Korean or like Japanese, but like if you do it in Korean, I'm just gonna have to read it super slowly. And if you do it in Japanese, please, please, please do it in hiragana or katakana. I do not know much kanji. My kanji game is very, very sad. Kanji wakarimasen, sumimasen. Or I should say kanji yomimasen, which basically means like kanji yomimasen means like cannot read. Who knows? Maybe I have like a stream where like I try to like teach you guys a little bit of Japanese or Korean. Okay, well, this isn't really like related to anything. I just thought it's like a good fun fact to talk about before I end stream, because I just like talking about this one a lot. So when I was like, so fun fact, I used to be scared of Starburst. And now some of you might be like, Starburst as in like the candy? Yes, I mean the candy. And the reason why I used to be so scared of Starburst, I was scared of it for like, I want to say 7 years ish. It was like a long time. Like I was not vibing with Starburst. So when I was like little, I want to say like kindergarten maybe. So I was in Canada at the time. And in Canada, I don't know what it's like for some of you guys in Canada, if there's any Canadian viewers in the chat. But in Canada, it's like, at least in my area, we had like a senior kindergarten and we had a junior kindergarten. Like it wasn't just one kindergarten, no. We had a junior and a senior kindergarten. So the older kids would obviously be in senior kindergarten. This is like right below like first grade, by the way. And then the junior kindergarten would be for like the younger kids. So I was in junior kindergarten first, and then I was in senior kindergarten. I think this happened to me when I was in senior kindergarten. So I was like a little bit older, right before like first grade. I want to say when I was like 4, I was probably 4. But there's this kid on like the playground, and he was like, "Hey, it's my birthday." And I was just like, "Oh yeah, happy birthday," right? Because I'm gonna wish this kid who I don't know a happy birthday, because like I don't want to like be that one person who's just like, "Who are you?" You know? I just like, I mean, yeah, if he's happy about his birthday, I'll wish him happy birthday. Why not? And he was just like, "Here, have some Starburst." And you know how like they say not to take candy from like adults? Well, he was a kid, so I was like, that's probably fine. So I took the Starburst from him, and it's not like I was like the only one there or anything. It's not like he was like leading me away. Like it was something like that. That's not the reason why I was scared of Starburst. No. There were like adults around, and like I looked at my mom. She was like, "Yeah, you can take it." And I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Thank you. Have a happy birthday." And he was like, "Yeah, you're welcome." And so I've never had Starburst before, so I was just like, "Can you swallow this?" No, I did not choke on it. First of all, for those of you who are thinking I choked on it, I did not choke on it. So I was eating the Starburst, and they were just like, so it's basically like gum, so you can just like chew on it. And I was like, "Oh, okay, I've had gum before." And I was like chewing on it, and the thing is, for some reason, my little 4-year-old brain was just like, yes, let's chomp down on this Starburst as hard as I can. And I just left it there. I didn't open my mouth after that. And I want to say I didn't open my mouth for maybe like a good 5 to 10 minutes. Like it was a decent amount of time when I didn't open my mouth. And like somebody asked me a question or something, I think, or like I wanted to like say something, and I opened my mouth. Well, I tried to. My mouth wouldn't open. Like it just wouldn't open. And I was like, what's going on? Why isn't my mouth opening? Oh my gosh. Like obviously like 4-year-old me is like panicking. Like I can't open my mouth because the Starburst is literally gluing my jaw shut. And like I look to my mom, I'm like, and I'm like pointing on my mouth. I'm like, and then she's just like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? And then I don't know why she told me to do this. This is terrible advice. If you ever are in this type of situation, do not do what I did. Do it gently, all right? Do not use so much force. But basically, she was just like, open your mouth. I was like, what do you think I'm doing? Anyway, so she's like, do it harder. And so I literally like tugged. I literally like, I really, really tried to open my mouth. And it finally opened at the cost of my tooth. So my tooth, which was not wiggly at all before this, mind you, had fallen out because of the Starburst. The Starburst took my tooth with it. This is how strong the Starburst was sticking my teeth together. It was so strong, one of my teeth fell out. I was so shocked. It hurt so much. There was so much blood. My mom was just like, I was like, Mom, oh my God, my tooth fell out. It's literally super glue. I swear to God, you don't have glue? Guys, use Starburst. Just hold it there for a little bit with some saliva. You got it. Super glue right there. I'm telling you right now. Anyway. And so like,
my tooth fell out. And I was like, Mom, my tooth fell out. What am I gonna do? Oh my God. And then she was like, oh my God, your tooth fell out because of Starburst? And I was like, yeah, it hurts so much. And like, after that, I never ate Starburst again. I was like, no. Starburst is gonna make my teeth fall out, not because it's gonna rot my teeth, but it's literally just gonna like yank my teeth out. Right? I mean, like, mind you, obviously most people wouldn't like be holding it in their mouth with like their teeth like clenched shut for a long period of time. I don't know why I did that. To this day, like, it still baffles me why 4-year-old me would ever do such a weird thing. But you know, it was 4-year-old me. 4-year-olds, they do weird things. So yeah, so I lost my tooth, and like I was 4. I think the first time I ate Starburst after that was when I was like 12. And when I was like 12, I'm not gonna lie, I stopped being kind of scared of Starburst after like 5 years. When I was like 9, I was just like, I mean, like, it's just candy. Like, honestly, it was just me being stupid back then. But like, I was like, I've already gone 5 years without eating Starburst, and like, it can't possibly be that good. Like, I don't even think I'll like it that much. So I just didn't eat Starburst. I was just like, I mean, I prefer you know, like that one candy where it's like brown, it kind of looks like poop. I mean, this is like the bad way. A Tootsie Roll. There we go. Duh. I like Tootsie Rolls though. Like, my family really, really likes Tootsie Rolls, and I guess I took after their taste buds. So I like Tootsie Rolls. Tootsie Rolls are good. Anyways, I eat Tootsie Rolls instead of like Starburst. So whenever there would be like Halloween or something, and we get like Tootsie Rolls and Starburst, I'd be like, hey, I'll trade you your Tootsie Rolls for my Starburst. And they'd be like, yeah, of course. Because I don't know, a lot of people in like my class and stuff just didn't like Tootsie Rolls. And I was just like, dude, Tootsie Rolls is kind of Tootsie Rolls is based, honestly. I think Tootsie Rolls are based. I don't care what you guys say. Tootsie Rolls are based to me. Anyway, so I traded them. And then one day my friend was just like, how come you've never hi, oh my God. I'm sorry I couldn't watch your stream. Oh yeah, I was talking about like the background music thing too. No rush. Anyway, so back to my Starburst story. You missed the story about how Starburst took my tooth from me. Yeah, just like a quick recap. I chomped down on Starburst when I was like 4, and like I tried opening my mouth, and when I opened my mouth, like, it literally took my tooth out. Like, my tooth, like, it was not wiggly at all, mind you. It came out. It yanked my tooth out because I had like clenched my jaw shut, and like the Starburst was like it was like basically super glue. And so yeah, that's how I lost my tooth. Luckily it was a baby tooth, by the way. I just want to say that it was not an adult tooth. It was a baby tooth. So like, it's fine now, but yeah. So I didn't eat Starburst for like a really, really long time. And then one of my friends, when I was like 12, was just like, hey, why don't you try eating Starburst? And I was like, no, you know what happened? Like, I already told you. Well, I think I told them. And then I was just like, yeah, no, if it was an adult tooth, oh my gosh, that'd be so bad. No, I was like 4, so like, I don't really have adult teeth yet. But yeah, so my friend was just like, hey, why don't you try eating Starburst? I was like, no, never. It took my tooth from me. I will never try this candy again. It will never, ever, ever get my money, or yeah, my patronage. And then they were just like, here, why don't you just try a little bit? And then I was like, fine. And so like, they literally like picked off like the smallest corner of the Starburst they possibly could, and they gave it to me. And like, I ate it, and I was like, it's not bad. Is it great? No. Like, I think it's like mid, honestly. I'm sorry for your Starburst lovers. I think Starburst is kind of mid. I think some of the flavors are better than the others. But yeah. So, and then I was like, that's okay. And like, after that, like, they gave me like increasingly larger amounts until I can finally eat like a whole Starburst. So I can eat Starburst now. I just don't really like them that much. Like I said, I prefer Tootsie Rolls. I don't know. I just like them better. So that was a completely unrelated tooth story. Just for fun. All right. It's already been more than not 12 hours. Oh my God. If I stream for 12 hours, I would need way more water than this. This is not a debut speedrun in that case. Anyways, I think I like them, but they're kind of hard for me to eat long. Right? Yeah, they're kind of hard to eat. I don't know. I just don't like Starburst as much. Like, I feel like there's like so many other like better candies. Oh, also you have to like watch out for Jolly Ranchers too, because I'm not gonna lie, I did the same thing for Jolly Ranchers. I don't know what is with me and like chomping down on candy and like not opening my mouth, but I did that for Jolly Rancher, and I swear it like glued my mouth shut then too. I got so scared. I had like flashbacks to when I was like 4. I was just like, my tooth, I can't lose another one. These are adult teeth. luckily we were like good, but like after that I like never like chomped down on a Jolly Rancher ever again. But like Jolly Ranchers were oh my gosh, really? Was it just like that hard? Or was it like, oh my god. See, like I'm saying, Jolly Ranchers, some candies are basically like rocks. You gotta be careful. Honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie, my teeth, I would say, are pretty strong. They're not that sensitive, considering all these weird tooth stories I have. Like, I bite down on, like, popsicles and, like, ice cream. Like, people are like, you never chomp on candies? Yes, good. Don't do that. Never chomp on your candies. as you can tell from my stories and from Curiosity's stories, like, that you do not want to do that. Alright. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I like chomp down on, like, popsicles and, like, ice cream and stuff. So, like, my teeth really aren't that sensitive. A large part of it was because I had messed up teeth for you. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, I had braces at one point. And, like, I don't know about you guys, but, like, when I had braces, I, like, took really, really good care of them. Like, you know how, like, they're, like, I don't know how you guys have braces, but when you have braces, you're not supposed to eat like certain foods and stuff. Like you're not supposed to really eat popcorn. You're not supposed to chew gum. Like I had braces for I want to say like maybe like 1.5 years or 2 years or something. Like my teeth were really messed up. You had 19 cavities? What the heck? Like at the same time? Oh my god, like I had my fair share of cavities. I had a lot of cavities when I was young too. Like my dentist would be just like, you had to brush your teeth. This is not good. Oh my god, I still can't get over the fact you have 19. I hope those weren't at the same time. Bro, have you been brushing your, do you need to, yeah, right? Like I've only had a couple myself. Like, I mean, not, I guess like a couple. Yeah, I would say it's more like a couple. Yeah, at the same, oh my god, at the same time? At like 10 different appointments. Oh my gosh. I didn't even know people can get 19 cavities at the same time. Oh my god. That's insane. Yeah, that is terrifying. Oh my god. Well, I hope you learned your lesson. You never got cavities after that. Oh, okay, this is kind of unrelated, but it kind of reminds me of the story. Yeah, right? It's like almost every tooth. Oh my god, how many teeth does a human even have? It was because in high school, oh my god. What? Okay, after this, we're all gonna tweet Curiosity's. Please brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. Oh my god. You have to, what, 6 months? No wonder. Oh my, why did you not brush your teeth for 6 months? Okay, good. As long as you've learned your lesson. We still might make that hashtag. you gotta brush your teeth. As long as you've learned. But yeah, oh yeah. So on a kind of unrelated note, like my mom, like my uncle, I should say, like my uncle on like my mom's side. I use that to remind people. Yes, that is a good story of why you should brush your teeth. To all the viewers, all my chat, please brush your teeth. Your teeth are important. They're the only like I guess the only skeleton or something. They're the only part of like your skeleton that you can actually like clean, I think. Okay, thank you for staying this long. Honestly, I had no idea that I would stream for this long. I was just like, oh, it's gonna be like an hour and a half max. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. At least I know I could go that long now. I'm worried I'm gonna run out of stories already. Oh yeah, thank you so much. I'll drop by one of your streams later too. Okay, anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So like, I think my uncle. Yeah, my uncle. So apparently when he was like, not little, when he was like younger, there we go, that's the word. When he was younger, apparently, he had like gone fishing with like my grandfather or something like that. And he, like, you know how like sometimes when you go fishing, well, I don't know how you guys have gone. I haven't gone fishing myself. I have a good friend who goes fishing, but like I don't know much about it myself. All I know is like, obviously, like when you're fishing, you're gonna be surrounded by like water and stuff, and you're gonna be outside. You know, I don't like touching grass. I've already said this. No touching grass. But like, you obviously have to be outside in your water. That's where like a lot of like bugs are gonna be. You know, like mosquitoes and stuff. And obviously, my uncle got bitten a lot because he was like there. He wasn't like really prepared for the fishing trip, I guess, or whatever. And he got bitten so much. He got bitten like basically on like every single part of his body. Like he was like just covered in bug bites. It was so bad. It was so bad he actually couldn't sleep like at night because it was so itchy for him. Like he actually had to go to like the ER because he had gotten so many bug bites. So it was like bad. And like the thing is like the funny part, okay, there's a funny side to the story, even though he had to go to the ER for this. The funny side of the story is that after he got that many bug bites, he like never got bitten again. Cause I think I read online somewhere. I don't know how true this is, cause like, you know, you can't trust everything that's on the internet. So correct me if I'm wrong. Don't 100% believe me. Go check your facts. But like apparently, after you get bitten like a certain number of times, like it doesn't affect you anymore or something like after that. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was like, I guess you have some kind of like you like gain some kind of tolerance or something towards bug bites, or it was like something like that. I don't know, but he like never got bitten after that, or like maybe he did and he just never noticed or something like that. But that was that story. And the reason why I thought it was like similar is because like you said you had like 19 cavities. Like that's a lot. You got them like all at once, right? And then I'm assuming you've never really had that happen to you again. And it's like the same thing for my uncle too, which is why I suddenly was reminded of that story. But yeah, I think we're gonna stop streaming for today because it's already been like almost like 2.5 hours. Oh yeah, it's like basically been 2.5 hours. And like I think my voice is about to go and I have no more water. You got it fixed last year? Wait, you got the cavities fixed last year, or you fixed the habit of not brushing your teeth last year? So it wasn't even that long ago? Oh my gosh. We're gonna have to start reminding you to brush your teeth. Okay. Oh yeah. Like basically an end stream. Do you guys have any like questions? You can answer like last minute, just for like fun. So I dealt with those 19 cavities without knowing they were there. You dealt with them without knowing? What, did you just walk into your dentist and your dentist is like, young man, your teeth, you have 19 cavities. And you were just like, I have 19. Typically you would feel the cavities, right? Like, isn't it like when you eat or something, like, they like hurt? Like, do they not hurt? I thought they hurt like when you have like cavities and stuff. And also like when you have cavities, don't they like show up on your teeth or something? Like they look like black, right? He said like, we're really going to know each other. Actually though, if he had 19 cavities, yo, the orthodontist must have made so much money off of you though. He was just like, damn, this kid's a gold mine. Gonna make me so much money because I'm gonna fix all of his teeth for him. Oh my god, that's insane. Oh yeah, also about teeth, also somewhat going off topic. I have to get my wisdom teeth removed. I don't know when, but if it hurts, you probably have a root canal, which is one of the 19 I had. Oh, only one? Really? 1 out of 19? Interesting. A root canal. I mean, I don't know too much about like all this. I'm gonna go look it up maybe later. But yeah, I thought, oh, okay. I feel like maybe I've also had cavities, but they didn't really hurt. And I was just like, I have a cavity? Yeah, wisdom teeth removal. So like, my mom, right? Oh my god, I'm like not looking to this. Not soon, but like I have to get it done in the future. It's like, it's really painful, right? Yeah, I had like a friend that was just like, oh my god, I hate getting my wisdom teeth removed. And I was like, was it that bad? She had so many like Instagram story posts where she had just like a bag of like, not like a bag of ice just stuck to her face, and she was just like, I'm so miserable. And I was just like, no, I don't want that to happen to me. I don't want this. And like, I'm not gonna lie, my mom, I don't know much about like the genetics of this or whatever, or like why people have like more wisdom teeth than other people. But like my mom, she was trying to I guess make me feel better. I'll eat yogurt and ice cream and rice porridge for a few days. Yeah, you can't really like chew on anything, right? That probably hurts. Rice porridge. I thought, can you eat hot things after you get your wisdom teeth removed? Oh, you can eat hard foods for a couple weeks? It's weeks? I thought it was like only like 1 or 2 weeks. Is it more than 2 weeks? Really? Oh my. Okay, well now I'm not looking forward to this even more. Like, not to say that I don't like rice porridge and like yogurt and stuff. Actually, I'm lactose intolerant, so probably yogurt's not the best alternative. But yeah, I got mine removed. You got it removed one by one. Isn't that like more expensive and stuff? It's 2 weeks. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Nice, nice, nice. But if you remove it, oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Now I don't want to get it removed even more. But yeah, my mom was trying to like calm me down, I guess. Not calm me down. She's trying to make me feel better because like I hadn't gotten my wisdom teeth in yet, and so my mom was just like, "Oh, don't worry about it. You probably only have like two or something. Like it's not gonna be that bad." Because I think she ended up having only like two, like one or two wisdom teeth, and like she didn't have to get hers removed because she had enough space in like her. She had enough space, I guess, in like her mouth. But the thing is, the reason why I got braces, when I was like little, is because like I had you know what snackle teeth are? I know that like, they're like, it's not really a common term used for it. So basically it's like when you have like super uneven, not super uneven, but you have like uneven teeth. Like some teeth are like behind others. Like I had like a really, really bad snackle tooth. And like in Japan it's cute. I know people have like procedures to get that done. But like I was fine with my snackle tooth. Like it didn't really like bother me anything aesthetic wise. And so my mom was just like, oh, maybe you should get braces. And I was just like, oh, I'm probably gonna wait later on. Because also like my dentist, my orthodontist was like, oh, you probably shouldn't get like not wisdom teeth, sorry. You probably shouldn't get like braces now or else like you might like ruin them again later. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But then like I think like during middle school or something, like my teeth hurt so much because of my snaggle tooth. Because I just did not have like enough space in my mouth or something. That sounds a lot weirder when I say it out loud. Nobody clip that. Anyway, so yeah, apparently I just like didn't have enough space in my mouth or something, and like my snaggle tooth was like trying to like go forward, but like obviously it couldn't because it was like my teeth, like my teeth were like really really crowded, I guess. And so what ended up happening is that I had to get wisdom teeth. Like then not wisdom teeth. Oh my god, I keep thinking about wisdom teeth. I had to get braces like basically right at that moment because if I didn't get braces, like it was gonna just keep hurting because I literally couldn't sleep because of how much it was like hurting me. So I ended up getting braces because of that reason. And yeah, so I knew that if I got wisdom teeth, I would just not have enough room because I ended up having to get my teeth like my canine teeth. I had to get my canine teeth pulled out in order to make space for like the rest of my other teeth because I'm like, oh, you don't really need the canine teeth. And the thing is, that was kind of sad for me because I actually really liked my canine teeth because like you know how canine teeth are like kind of like sharp. I thought they were like kind of like cute because they were like kind of sharp. They're like kind of like a wolf kind of like tooth or like a dog tooth or whatever. I thought those were kind of cool. So I was like kind of sad that they had to remove the canine teeth. But yeah, I was also really scared when I got my canine teeth removed because like basically, yeah, right, they're like bull teeth. I think they're kind of cute. I think like when you have like that little like, yeah, oh really? Yeah, like I used to have really pointed canines too, but obviously now I don't. I don't have canines anymore. But yeah, so I was so scared when I got my teeth pulled out because like the dentist, like they were like marking like which tooth to take out, and I was like, shouldn't the person take, because it wasn't my dentist doing it, like I had to go to like a different like specialist or something, like I don't know what it was, but like I had to go to like a different place to get my teeth taken out. And the dentist was just like, oh, I have to mark which teeth to take out. And I was just like, and like we were kind of like joking, well at least I was joking, like my mom and I were joking. We were just like, oh, what? So that way they make sure they pull out the right tooth. Ha ha ha. Yeah, it was because to make sure they pulled out the right tooth. Because apparently, this person that I went to in the past, they had pulled out the wrong tooth for one person. They did not pull out the canines. They had pulled out a completely different tooth. So, which obviously was like a huge mistake on their part. And so I got so scared. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, right? I was like, this professional. Oh yeah, right? Like this poor guy who's like wrong tooth got taken out. Like, I felt so bad for this person. I was like, whoever you are, oh my god, that sucks. Anyway, so I was like so scared. I was like, oh my god, this dude, like even if it's like marked, like is he gonna remember? So anyway, like after that incident happened, they started like marking the teeth, like just to like be sure. And so I was like already kind of scared by the fact I had to get my teeth pulled out. Right? I don't know exactly what happened in that case because I didn't hear too much about it, and it happened a long time ago, so I'm not 100% sure anymore. But Yeah, that was just like a terrible story. So I was so scared when I was getting my tooth taken out, because like getting your teeth taken out in like the first place is already kind of like scary. You know what I mean? Like it's not a fun experience. And so I was already kind of scared. And then now I'm like hearing that this guy apparently pulled out the wrong teeth. No, 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 no. And yeah. So like they marked like the teeth that I had to take out. And like basically the day came and it was like going to this guy's office, right, to get my teeth pulled out. And it was so old. It was like I wish I have pictures of how old this place was, because I don't think like I can even describe it in words for how old this place looked. Like literally the TV was playing like I wanna say like Family Feud, which is honestly kind of like an old game show. I personally really like Family Feud. I would like to play Family Feud with like other VTubers in the future as like a collab. I think that'd be so cool. You know, we can get like a Google Doc and then we can like send it to like people, and then we just be like they can all like vote like Family Feud style, and then we can just be like, oh, which one of these, like, what do you think would be like the top answer or whatever by other VTubers. I feel like that'd be like so cool to do, right? Yeah, I want to do it so bad. Yeah, oh my god, we have to plan that for the future. We're gonna do this in the future one day. Anyway, so besides my brilliant Family Feud idea, thank you very much. Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna hit you up. If we ever do like a Family Feud kind of style thing. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it was so old. The place is so old. Like they were playing like Family Feud on TV. Like the carpet was like the really really old style, and like the chairs were also like so old. They're like unimaginably, like not like unimaginably old. They're like the old like wooden kind of like the green chairs, like you know like the old ones that you see. They were definitely not new if anything, and like the TV also looked really old. Whatever. Anyway, and so like and they're like, oh, you can come here so that we can talk like consultation and stuff like that, so that we can get started for like your teeth pulling surgery or whatever. And I was like, okay. And I was like walking down, and you pass by the receptionist place, and you can kind of see into the receptionist office. And like I would kind of call myself a newsy person, I'm not gonna lie. And so like I like looked into it. I just like glanced at the receptionist office. I was like, oh, I wonder what's in there. That was the worst decision I've ever made in my life. Oh my god. Like, this was, okay, remind you, this was mid 2000s, I want to say. Okay, well, not mid 2000s. It was like, yeah, it was like, not even, it was like not early 2000s. I want to say it was like after like 2010. This place had a typewriter. Yeah. They were using a typewriter in this office. That's how old this place was. And like I don't want to be like ageist or anything, but like everyone there looked really really old. And like I'm not saying that old people are bad at their jobs or anything. It's just that like the fact that this person had already like forgotten at one point, or like did not know which tooth to pull out, was already making me really nervous. And seeing like everything was like old, and I was just like, oh my god, what if they like forget even though it's been marked? Because I feel like that could happen, you know, you never know. And so I was like so scared. And like I finally, so like the day when I got my tooth pulled out, like I had to get like anesthesia or like something. So there was like multiple options. The option, you can like go under like full anesthesia or something. Like they basically like knock you out completely, but that was like not recommended for like several reasons or something. And I was like, I don't really want to be knocked out completely while I'm getting my teeth removed. I don't know how I feel about that. So instead I chose for like, I want to say local. I think it's local anesthesia. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't 100% remember. But I got it basically like an injection in like my gums, in like that certain area of my mouth where they're like pulling out my teeth. And it did not work. It did not work because I guess I had like moved my mouth too much or something. And because I had moved my mouth like too much, I could still feel sensations on my gums. Like I could still feel, which was bad because they're pulling out teeth, you know? Yeah, it's just, I know. And this guy was pulling out my tooth. So when he pulled out my tooth, I could feel it. So it kind of hurt, honestly. But like obviously there's like nothing I can do because like these teeth really do need to be pulled out or else I'll be like in more pain later down the road. And also I do need like my braces and stuff, and we can't get that done until I get this. So I was just like, okay, you know what, there's nothing I can do. I just have to like deal with it for now, and then like later on like it'll be fine, hopefully. Unfortunately, this guy messed up. Now, he didn't mess up that much. Like he didn't pull out the wrong tooth or anything. But when he was pulling out one of my canine teeth, I still remember to this day which tooth it was. It was my upper left canine tooth. He did not pull it out correctly. When he pulled it out, he left a piece of my tooth inside of my gums. So, like, part of my tooth was still inside of my gum when he was doing the procedure. And I was just like, hold up, you need to take out the entire tooth, right? And so he was just like, so I yeah, oh my god. So then he like looked at me really awkwardly. He was like, there's been a slight complication, no need to worry, it's just that part of the tooth is still stuck inside your gum, so I will be making a small incision in order to go fetch it. And I was like, what? What? I'm sorry, you're doing what now? Because like, mind you, I could still feel this procedure. Yeah, exactly. And so he had to like cut open my gum and like go and like fish it out. Right? I was like, what on earth is going on? And okay, it was oh god, this experience was so bad. But anyway, so he like made the incision and he took out like the rest of my tooth. Well, I wish he did. Apparently, he messed up again. He didn't take out the entire part of the tooth that was still inside. Right? I have such bad dental luck, it's not even funny. Oh, I did have one good dental luck situation. Basically, I got like, I have like permanent braces on the bottom part of my like teeth. Like in like the bottom, like lower part, I guess. They're like just like permanently stuck to like my bottom teeth. They're not on the outside, they're on the inside. I forgot what they're called, but like the glue came off of one of my wires, and so I had to go in for a repair. And then I like talked to like I talked to the person who was like doing my repair, because she's like the owner of the place, because they only have like 2 dentists and like they're both the owners. And I was talking to her, and then she was like, oh, where do you go to school? And I was just like, oh, I go here. And she was like, oh my god, my daughter goes there too. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I was like, oh, maybe I can help her. And then she was just like, oh yeah, that'd be great. And so like I gave her like my number and stuff, and I was like, oh, if she ever wants like some help, like feel free to like contact me and stuff. I'll like make sure to help her. And I was just, thank you so much. She's like, you know, just for that, I'm gonna do this for free. And I was just like, oh, haha, thank you so much. Because I thought it was a joke. You know, people don't just go around and give people like free like even though it was like a really small problem with just like gluing it back on, like that kind of procedure typically isn't done for free. So I totally thought that she was joking. And then I went to the receptionist, and I was just like, oh, I'm here to like pay for like my, I guess like fix, I don't even know what to call it, to pay for like my the fixing of like my wire or whatever. And then she was like, oh, it's free. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, we waived it. And I was like, oh my god, really? So that's like the only good dental luck I've had. But anyway, back to the bad dental luck story, because it's like it is interesting. So yeah, this dentist, or not dentist, or dental surgeon, I don't know what to call him. I still don't know what he is to this day. I don't really remember. So like he like tried to pull out the rest of my tooth, and like after like 3 times he finally got all of it out, but I just had this huge gash on the side of my gums, and it hurt so much. I like cried, and he was like, can you still feel this? And I was like, uh-huh. And he was just like, bear with me a little longer. And I was like, how much is a little longer? This surgery should have taken like 10 minutes, and it's already been half an hour. Like, I'm just saying, right, exactly. Anyway, so he finally got the rest of it out. And then the thing is, there's like a huge gash, right? Because he had to like create an incision. So he actually had to like sew together my gums. Yeah, so I also could feel when he was, yeah, I'm sorry for people who aren't good with gore. But it's not really gore. I guess it's kind of just bloody and painful. But he had to sew my gums back together, and while I can like still basically feel it. And so it hurts so much. It hurts so much. And then, yeah, I just like, I couldn't eat anything afterwards. I can only like have soup and like drinks and stuff. It was just an overall terrible situation. And yeah, and then after that, I finally got braces, and then my braces actually went pretty well. I never had any problems with braces. Oh, another interesting story. This is also kind of a bad dental story. I have a lot of those for some reason now that I think about it. But one time I was like traveling with like my parents, and we like really wanted rice, I guess. And so we bought rice from like a local supermarket, and we were trying to make it back at like the little like hotel room we were in. But obviously that's like not ideal conditions to make rice. We like cleaned it and everything, but when we like made the rice, it was like still kind of hard. But we are like, oh, it's still fine. And I had braces at that time, and I was like eating it, and like at one point I was like chewing, I guess, on like this rice, and I heard like a clink 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 sound, like a, and I was just like, oh my god, why is this piece of rice so hard? And I was just like, whatever. And so I just swallowed it, which was a mistake. I should have taken it out, because it turns out that the rice was so hard it had popped off one of my like brackets. Yeah. So I think I accidentally swallowed one of my brackets. I don't know what happened. I mean, I'm fine. Like, yeah, I don't know what happened to that, but I thought I had swallowed a rice kernel. It turns out I had swallowed a bracket, because when I like looked in like the mirror after like I'd eaten, because I was like, huh, part of my braces feels kind of loose. I looked in the mirror, part of my bracket was just gone. It was just gone, and I was just like, hold up, was that really hard kernel of rice my bracket? And I was like, Mom, Dad, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, did that happen to you too? Yeah, I don't see. This is why, like, I don't know. I don't really chew a lot of gum these days. I used to chew so much gum, but like, you know, it's not good for like your. Oh my god, it's part of your wisdom tooth. Oh hi, thank you so much for coming. Yes, I am finally debuting today. Oh my god, it was hard. I like somehow finally got everything set up. Thank you for all of the tutorials out there. You a real one for the tutorials. But yeah, back to like my weird tooth story. So I was like, Mom, Dad, my bracket came out. They're like, when did your bracket come out? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, definitely. If I ever have questions, I'll let you know. Thank you. So, oh yeah. So when I was just like, Mom, Dad, my bracket came out. What am I gonna do? Because like I said, we were traveling at the time, so like we couldn't like go back right away. And so they were just like, oh, I guess you just can't do anything about it. And I was like, okay. And so we finally had to go to like the orthodontist to like get my like bracket fixed and stuff. Luckily, this is the first time I had gotten it fixed. And I got like the cheaper version or whatever, because I was like, I don't want to spend too much money on this, and like I don't really see a difference between getting like this cheaper version versus like the expensive one, because like it sounds like to me there wasn't like any difference between them besides like the price tag. Like apparently like the material for one of them was better, but I was just like, it's already really expensive to get braces. Like I don't want to spend more than I have to, so I was just like, nah, I'll just take the cheaper version. So yeah, and then they were just like, how on earth did your bracket pop out? Like, were you already eating popcorn? You know, because you're not supposed to be eating popcorn and gum like that when you have braces. And I was just like, no, I was eating rice. My bracket popped out because I was eating rice, and I thought this one crunchy piece of rice was just rice that for some reason wasn't cooked properly. So I was like, oh, I'll just swallow it. I don't know why, but like weirdly. Okay, so like another weird fact about me, I can swallow pills very easily. Like, I don't know, like the large pills, like I don't know if you've ever like taken like Omega, like the large ones or something like that. I don't know. I can swallow those with no water. Like I can swallow pills very easily. Yeah, no water. I don't need water. I can just swallow with no water. I've swallowed 2 pills at the same time with no water too. I actually trained for this. So, okay, this is gonna sound really bad as well. So it's not like I don't have a gag reflex. I have a gag reflex for sure. But basically when I was little, I don't know why I did this, but like, you know how like cheese string? So even though I was lactose intolerant, I still liked cheese string. So when I would eat cheese string, I would like, yeah, it's not comfortable. I mean, I'm actually fine with it. Like, it's not comfortable. It's not really uncomfortable. It's just like I feel it in my throat, but it's really not that bad. So I don't really care. Plus, like, sometimes you just don't have water. Like, I don't want to like go and get it, so I was just like, it's fine. I'll just like swallow it, and like if I really want water, I'll go back and get it later. But yeah, so basically my training art to be able to do this, I had a training art for this. It's so funny. So when I was little, I would be eating like cheese string, right? And you know, like cheese string, you like pull, you like, I guess like you get like, you have like the pieces of like the cheese string, right? And I would like cut the pieces up into like smaller bits, and like I would chew it a little bit, and I would just swallow it. And at one point, I can just swallow basically all of that, like without really like chewing the pieces. I don't know why. And I thought it was like a very interesting sensation in my throat. Obviously you shouldn't do this. This is a choking hazard. Do not follow what I'm doing. Yeah. But because I did that, I can swallow pills like very, very easily. Oh yeah, okay, back to like my dental story. So I was telling that like, my orthodontist about this, and she was just like, I've never heard of anyone losing a bracket over over rice. And I was like, well, now you have. I'm the special one. So yeah, those are my weird dental stories. I don't think I have any more. I might, who knows? Maybe I'll think of ones later. But yeah, okay, yeah, it's definitely been over 2.5 hours now for my debut. I'm really surprised it went for this long. I knew I could talk a lot by myself. I just didn't think I could talk this much. And like, thank you guys so much for like being here for like my debut as well. 3 hours? Has it really been 3 hours? Oh, yeah, okay, maybe. Alright, I'm just glad. Okay, honestly, I'm wearing like earbuds right now, and they're pretty like noise canceling, but I can still hear like my computer and like the background just going like haywire. Like it's not doing too hot right now. Like it is overheating, but it's still with me, which is all that matters. All that matters is that it works. But yeah, trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to mention. My likes, my dislikes. Oh yeah, voice acting. So this is just like a little like just like a little like thing I just wanted to talk about. I know like some of you guys are like also VTuber. Thank you so much for joining me in my debut. I'm gonna drop by your guys' streams later on too during the week if I have time. But yeah, but my friend currently is making like a dating sim game for me to like play on stream, because she knows like I like them a lot, and she's actually still looking for a voice actor for one of the characters if you're interested. So the game is gonna be like this apocalyptic dating game. It's like really cool. Like I can't help her really with the script because I want to be like surprised myself. Ooh, cool. Maybe. It's on Casting Call Club actually. I might send you the link on like Discord. Yeah, she's still looking for a voice actor for one of the characters, because she hasn't gotten any auditions for one of the characters. It's unpaid though. Sorry. If we ever, oh, cool. I mean, you guys can like definitely audition. I don't know exactly what kind of voice she wants for it, but I feel like the more voices I get, she'll probably pick one, you know? And I feel like it would be like a good experience as well, because I personally really like voice acting and stuff too. So like, even though like I won't get paid maybe for some projects, I like still like try it out just for fun. I was actually thinking like for a stream in the future, like we can do like a collab stream too. We can just like try like different like scripts and like go back and forth and like doing it in like different tones and stuff. So I feel like that'd be like kind of cool. It'd be good like voice acting practice. Also, I feel like it'd just be like fun, because some of the scripts are like really cool actually. But yeah, she's making like an ultimate game with that. If you guys are interested, since you guys are interested, I'll like send you guys the Discord link after. But yeah, that's just my little I guess thing saying like if anyone's interested, since she's still looking. I think she has most of the routes planned out and stuff. I mean, that's fine. I mean, because you're probably gonna take multiple. I mean, if you don't want to take multiple takes, like obviously, like I understand. Like me too. Like I used to be pretty bad at reading. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you're not doing it live, so that's also like a good thing. You can like do it over and over again. I feel like that's like also a really nice thing about voice acting, because I know like for like some podcasts and stuff, you have to like just read it. Like I used to like act, which is why like I can like memorize my scripts. But yeah, I mean, I actually like, I was pretty good at memorizing scripts, but like, I don't know. It was like, it was an interesting experience, I guess. Also, another thing, they always wanted people for like musicals, and like, your girl can't sing. I'm sorry. I don't really consider myself a singer. Like, I don't think my voice sounds bad necessarily, I just like I can definitely hear like that like certain like thing like in my voice. Yeah. I feel like I want to get better though. I feel like maybe like in the future, like I'll try like singing more or something like that. You know, because like I've actually posted a cover on Twitter for like Steffi's like Chronos. Don't hype it up. It was not good. It was not good. I'm gonna do the song justice sometime in the future. Hopefully one day. But yeah. I don't know, I kind of want to do more voice, like I want to do like more like covers in the future and stuff. Like even though I'm trying to improve my confidence again. I mean, like it's always good to like try and improve, you know? Like I feel like you'll never improve if you never try, right? I mean, that's kind of like why like I'm really not like the best artist, like I'm not the best like singer or anything. I consider myself a pretty decent writer, but really I consider myself a decent writer because I've like done so much practice. Like I said, I'm writing like 5 books right now on top of short stories for like contests and like magazines and stuff that I submit to from time to time. I also write a lot of poetry. The poetry really like comes pretty easily to me, because I only really have 2 genres of poetry I do, which are not really similar. The only poetry that I really write these days are really like romance or horror. I've written a lot of horror poetry recently because it's like October. But yeah, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I mean, like if you never like try, you're never gonna improve. So I think like wanting to improve in itself is already like pretty good. But yeah. Oh, also, since it's my debut soon, I should probably like credit. I mean, I already have like the credit post in like the about me section of my Twitch if you guys are interested, and like the background music. I'm gonna post that soon. In my Twitch panels or like this is a game overlay panel actually right now, but like I'm using it for basically like miscellaneous stuff. I don't have a just chatting. Do I have a just chatting panel? I do have a just chatting panel that I got from like for like free assets. I'm gonna try and make my own in the future though, because like I don't really consider myself an artist, but I feel like it'd be cool to try and make it my own, Also, I'm broke, so. But like my model, I got as like a general model from oh my god, yeah, something. I don't remember. I have to look for the ad. I definitely do want to credit my rigger though, because like don't like, I guess, so my rigger actually did this for free for me, which is why like considering like how much you can move, like look, I can move side to side, my mouth opens and closes, I can like blink, like do you see my hair physics? It moves. I have earring physics too, although you can't really see it right now. Also like my how should I say this, like my drawstrings also move pretty well. She actually did it for free for me because she wanted like practice for like her portfolio and stuff. She's taking commissions right now. Totally recommend commissioning from her. She is a little busy right now actually, and she kind of is like still working on mine actually. I told her like I really needed mine like kind of soon. I feel really bad for saying that to her, but because like Live 2D, yeah, she uses Live 2D. I tried rigging in the past. Oh my god, I might show like a really short like video, or I might have like a stream in the future where like I show me trying Live 2D, because I have tried Live 2D in the past and it was not the best. that's all I'll say, because I didn't have art. So basically what I did, instead of trying it with like one of the free models like I probably should have, what I ended up doing is that like like Charat Maker, like the ones where you can like make like the icons and stuff. It's like a free like website. They let you use like icons and like you can make like characters and stuff. I use that for like my character inspiration for like books a lot. Oh really? Oh yeah, it takes a lot of like CPU and stuff, right? Yeah, I got really lucky. Like my computer was like, my fan was overheating like crazy, but I could still like somehow rig it. But so I was really lucky in that sense. But like my rigging did not go very well. I might show that later as like a very scuffed stream. Who knows? But yeah. Oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So she is now taking commission. She is Nettie. She's also a VTuber actually. You should go check her out on Twitch too. She's kind of like busy right now, but like I totally recommend commissioning from her. She does pretty good work. Like, I mean, everything's there honestly. And this is also like her doing like very quick work, because like I said, she's like really busy when she was doing my model, and like I needed it fast because I was debuting soon. I rigged 2 other models for fun to the hand of it, right? Oh, really? Yeah, it is hard. I want to try doing it myself in the future because I feel like it'd be cool. Do you have lore? Me? Oh, I actually went through my lore already. But the thing is, I didn't have a slide for it. I kind of just talked about it. So this is my beautiful lore slide that I made. Yeah, right? Like if we're talking about like Iron Vertex, oh my gosh. Or like this is one person on like Twitter. I don't remember where they're at, but they're so good. Their model ranking is amazing. Lamau. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Honestly, I didn't go too much into my lore. I only went through like the basics and like some special stuff just cuz like there's part of my lore that I want to keep secret for now. Cuz I'm going to like show it in the future and stuff. There's also like gonna be, I'm just gonna say this again for maybe people who like are just coming in now, but I also might be posting like not like bi-weekly, so maybe every other week or like once a month or something, like these like short little like video clips about my life in the apocalypse right now, especially because like there's this new person at the base that I'm in, like the human base that I'm in where like I live in the apocalypse, and like he's so weird. Like when I read his mind, he's like talking about like all these things, and like he's a grown man, and he's just like, how does he not know anything about the apocalypse, you know? It's kind of weird. So I might do a series on that, and I'm also writing a book on that right now actually. So just going out of character for a little bit, when so Leah, she, how should I say this, I guess one word to put her is honestly not really there in the book. She's actually an OC side character I made in my book. It's a world hopping novel, and a world hopping novel is basically a book where you go to like different worlds. So one section of the book is going to be in one world, and then the next section is going to be in another world, and these are all kind of like interconnected. I really, really like this genre, and it's kind of like overwritten, overused, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I decided to write about it because I thought it was really cool. It's gonna be super long though, which is why it's like, I think the chapter number for this book is probably gonna be like in the 2 to 300s. I'm still deciding how long I want to make it, because I think right now I have decided the number of worlds I want to write, but I can always make it longer because yeah, I have a lot of Easter eggs hidden in it so far. Oh, okay, got it. I will accept that after this stream because I'm probably gonna end soon. Oh my god, it's already been like 3 hours. I should probably end. I also ran out of water. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, for like my book. So for like the so basically the main character is actually gonna be this guy that I'm gonna be talking about in like my video. By the way, my character has absolutely no romantic affiliation with this character. There's no romance involved in this at all, because like Leah's actually just like a side character who has like a lot in common with me, I guess. Like I modeled her because when I make characters, I try to put a little bit of myself into each character, because like there's this one author that I really look up to, not really look up to, I guess, but like I've heard her lectures and stuff, and I think her lectures are like really like inspiring and stuff. I'm so bad with names. If I ever find it, I will definitely post it. But she was basically talking about how when you're writing, a really good thing to do is to put part of yourself in like the book, into your characters, because then you'll like relate more to it. You could write better like situations and character designs, because you know part of yourself is in there. So I thought that was like a super good idea. So I decided to do that for this as well. Like my main character isn't actually really like me. It's based off of a character in the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. It's not copying, I swear. It's just I took some parts of it, of like, you know, like as creative inspiration from like a lot of different books I like. Just it was more heavily inspired by that book than anything, and like this a couple of other things I've read, and I kind of like combine it to make it like my own unique character. And then that's basically like my two main characters. I actually typically have more in common with my side characters. My favorite side character is actually one who appears in the first world. She's I'll give you a little hint. She's a beast. She's a beast woman. Oh. So she's really cool. I feel like she, how to say this? She has a little bit in common with me, but she's like a very hard character, I guess, to like really act out, question mark. But like this character, Leah, who's actually part of my final world, it's like this quick spoiler from my book that is probably gonna come out in the far future just because of how long this is. But my last world in this book is gonna be an apocalyptic world, and in the apocalyptic world, the main character is going to be struggling a lot. And one of the side characters is going to be Leah. And she's like a very interesting character. Actually, originally, I wasn't sure if I was going to make Leah a man or a woman. All I knew is I really wanted them to like have short hair. I wanted them to have like lightning, electricity powers, and like mind reading powers and stuff. I added the third power actually because like I wanted like a little bit of like that streaming lore in, and like it doesn't really affect my story in any way, shape, or form. So I was like, that'd be kind of cool, and I feel like it would add a little bit of like mystery to her character too in the book, which is why I added that. So now you're gonna get a sneak peek of my book through like the little bi-weekly videos that I put maybe in the future. I'm pretty new to video editing. I've done a little bit in the past, but I'm not like super good at it or anything, and I don't really have like a lot of equipment for it either. So we will see how well that goes. But it's definitely like on my to-do list. So maybe when I like have a better schedule and I have a better idea of exactly what I'm gonna put. But yeah, like he's the main character. Oh yeah, by the way, this is a BL. Basically all of the books that I'm writing are boys love. But it's not like heavily boys love. How should I say this? I feel like the BL is like not even like really there. It's like it's really natural, especially in like the world hopping one, because like they're going through so many chapters together. Like they're going like adventure after adventure after world, and there's like so like the romance between them is like really really natural in my opinion. So I feel like it's a good way to like yeah it's almost like bromance, but it's like just teetering past into romance, and you'll understand why. And actually technically Apocalypse isn't my last world, but that is all the spoilers I can give to you for now, because I still want to leave a little bit of suspense for the book that I am writing. One of my other books though that I am writing, I probably won't finish it by the end of October, unfortunately, like I originally hoped to. But it was gonna be like this horror book, and this book is a lot shorter, which is why I decided to like start working on it. This one's probably only gonna be like, I want to say 20 to 30 chapters, so it's a pretty short book. I don't know if you guys think that's short or not, but for me that's pretty short, because whenever I write like really really long, or I write like really short. Because like I think my short stories are typically like a page. I actually have a couple that ended up not being accepted when I tried to publish them, so I might read them on stream. And yeah. Oh, also, if anyone's interested, I can try writing lore for them for free. I know some people said they have like problem writing lore or whatever. I really like writing, so if you guys are like interested in free lore, you don't have to like use it or anything. It's just like a what if could have happened to your character in an alternate universe. Maybe I talked to them in an alternate universe. That'd be cool. But yeah, so originally Leah actually wasn't supposed to be like female. I wasn't even sure what she was gonna be in the first place. Oh yeah, important note. Well, not really important note, but I know some people care about this. So yes, I am female, but I really don't care about my pronouns. I do use she, her, but honestly I don't really care. But yes, I do consider myself female, in case any of you guys were wondering. I probably should have mentioned this earlier. Anyway, struggling with lore. Where am I lore right now? Oh really? Well, if you never need like writing tips, or if you want to like bounce ideas off of me, feel free to like DM me. Oh, I will accept your Discord friend invite later. But yeah, because I also want to do like another, oh my god, I have so many writing ideas. It's so bad for me, because like I said, I'm running like 5. Oh, one of my other books, like you know how like that author like said that like I like not me myself, but like how people in general, like it'd be like a good idea to insert a little bit of your character into like your a little bit of yourself into your characters. So like I like really really took that into heart, and what I mean by that is like for one of the books I'm writing, literally it has 15 different like kind of main important characters. Like if this book does not have all 15 characters, it'll literally fall apart. It needs all 15, because if it doesn't have all 15, it'll fall apart. So it's really hard to write because there's just so many characters. Because typically when I write things, I usually focus on like one character or like 2 max, and then I have a couple of side characters if maybe. So the fact that I'm writing a story that has 15 characters that are all like extremely important to my story is like a huge challenge for me. And originally I was gonna make that shorter, but then I ended up like loving my characters so much that I almost tripled the chapter count. So now it's like, so originally it was gonna be like 40 and now it's gonna be like 100 plus. So I'm just like, I think I have to put that on the backlog for now because I already have like this like nearly 300 chapter one I'm working on. I might publish that later. But yeah, just don't be like me. Don't take so many writing projects up at once. I'm thinking that maybe by the end of this year, I'm gonna probably finish my horror novel. I'm probably gonna I'm probably gonna have like a website or something where you can like read that for free, just like for like my publications. Cause like I'm trying to decide right now whether I actually want to like insert that somewhere or if I just want to like publish it myself or I want to go on like a website and just like have that as like an original piece of work. Because like, oh, if any of you guys are interested in BL, by the way, Chrysanthemum Garden is actually a really good website to go for because they have like really good translators and stuff, and they have original novels too. So I was thinking about like either putting it on that website or like Web Novel. I know that's like a good app, or like just having my own website. And if you guys are like interested, I might be making like a Patreon or something like that for that. So I'm like still deciding what I want to do with that one because it's kind of like I didn't really make that book seriously. It's kind of like a book I'm writing just for like fun because I just really like writing horror. And I was just like, but I didn't want to like make it like horror because I already have like another idea, which is a lot. Like I have a psychological horror book that I'm writing right now too. That one is more in the plotting stages than anything. Like I haven't started writing any of the chapters. I have basically none of my characters done. So that one is like very, very, very much work in progress. But for the horror one, I have like my characters and layout and everything. But that one's probably only gonna be like 20 to 30 chapters because I decided to like shorten it a lot because I didn't want to make it like too serious or anything. It's gonna be more like funny than anything, despite it being like based in horror. So I feel like for those of you who like gore but don't want like a lot of the horror aspects, I feel like this would be a good book because like it'll have like a lot of gore, obviously, because I write good gore, I guess. I don't know. I remember this one time I like showed my teacher like this one piece of writing and she got so worried. Like, okay, what I mean by that, it's like she was just like, oh my gosh, you wrote this? And I was like, yes. And then she was just like, look, I know you're a good student and whatever, and like I know you like writing a lot, but if you keep writing stuff like this, I have to tell the counselor. Because apparently I was writing so much gore and like depressing stuff that like it was like, yeah, it was questionable. Like my teacher knew, like she was completely fine with it. She was like, I like trust in your creative freedom and everything like that, but like why don't you try writing some happier things? So yeah, I am extremely good at gore, which is interesting because I actually don't like watching horror a lot. I really like psychological thrillers though. There's this one K-drama, highly recommend. I forgot to put this on my list. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot this one. It's oh, there's a Japanese one too. It's called like, I want to say Happiness One Room or something like that. I'll look it up later. I might put it up later. If you're interested, let me know. But it tackles a lot of really deep issues, and it was extremely unpopular for a long period of time just because of the issues it tackled. It tackled stalking. It tackled like oh, sorry, I should probably put like trigger warnings for this too for anyone who doesn't want to hear. I'm sorry for if anyone was offended by that. But this is trigger warning for multiple like things. So if you have any, I would suggest turning away now. But yeah, basically this show tackled things about like rape, stalking, kind of like being isolated, like abuse and stuff like that, not only by like partner but also by like parents and stuff. And it was extremely like meaningful piece, honestly. Like did I think that it was like the best thing in the world? No, but I thought it did a very good job with the characters that it had and for the plot that it set up. Like there's a lot of like very interesting plot twists. And I think overall is an extremely good piece of I guess it wasn't a movie. It's a very good show, I guess is what I would say. It really kept you on your like your feet. Yeah, so I think it's called like happy like what happy white room, happiness one room or something like that. I'll have to look it up. It's really hard to find. Like I kind of like I kind of got it actually by accident. I was like on YouTube and it kind of like popped up my recommendation. And I was like, oh, this looks kind of interesting. So I ended up watching it. Oh, also interesting fact: the main actor for this show, actually never shows his face. Like I think he only shows his face until like the very end, which I thought was really cool too, because I feel like it actually immersed you into the story more. Because like his identity wasn't what was important to the story, which is another thing which I thought was really interesting. It was also an extremely important that his face was not shown, by the way. if you guys are interested, you guys should watch. Anyways, and then God, what was that other one? Oh yeah, it was called My Neighbors from Hell. So it's like this K-drama called My Neighbors from Hell. It's so good. Oh my gosh. I love psychological thrillers. I thought this is a very good job. I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning, I was kind of turned off because I was just like, oh, it's kind of stereotypical. It's not really that good. But the ending, right? Oh my god, the ending. It was so good. Oh my god. Okay, I don't want to talk too much about spoilers right now, right? Oh my god. I don't want to like spoil it for anyone who's actually planning on watching it, but oh my god, you have to watch it even if it's just for the ending. Because there's so many like little things in the show that like I said, it's a psychological thriller that that make you feel so unnerved. Like it's so unnerving, like some of the things that happen in the show, but you can't really put like your finger on it and stuff. And there's something that's so obvious that like, and the fact that like just passes by like that is honestly like insane. Like it's such a unique concept. Oh, also I think My Neighbor from Hell was actually adapted, right? Oh, I got chills too. It was so good. Oh my god, the lead actor, like all of the actors did such an amazing job. Like honestly, kudos to them. Like amazing. I would 100% rewatch it. Like I wish I could rewatch it all over again with me not remembering anything. Like I would still rewatch it even though like I know what happens. It's just it doesn't have that same impact. Yeah, it was adapted from a webtoon. I was about to say that. Yeah, it was adapted from like a webtoon by like basically the same name. So if you guys are interested, I would recommend like reading it or like watching the drama because they're both like amazing. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I ended up talking a lot more about writing than I originally expected. But yeah, oh, also, this is I'm saying so many things for Twitter because like as you know, I live on Twitter. But like I'm gonna be making a Twitter post soon, so keep an eye on that. Basically, what this Twitter post is gonna be, also it's gonna be I'm gonna be calling this series called Fixing Fairy Tales, which basically I'm gonna take whatever fairy tale or story that you guys don't like, tell me what you don't like about it, and I'll fix it. Or at least I'll try to like incorporate the things or like take out things that you don't like and like put in things that you might have wanted to see from that fairy tale or story, because I feel like that'd be a cool idea, because I used to make a lot of like adaptations from fairy tales too, and that's kind of like how I started like writing in the first place. So I feel like that would be like a good thing to do as well. Oh god, I have so many writing ideas. I should really stop. I wanna like serenade people. I wanna write lore. I also wanna write my books. I wanna write more poetry. I wanna do like the Fixing Fairy Tale thing. And then like I don't even know what else I said. I probably have to go back and watch like my own. But obviously I'm gonna go back and watch my VOD. But also because I don't remember a lot of the things that I said right now. So yeah. Anyway, I've already been streaming for like more than 3 hours. What on earth? That's actually insane. I had no idea I can milk this presentation for 3 hours. This is like what, 10 slide presentation? Anyway, I guess this quick thing. Do you guys have any more questions for me before I go? If not, we will end the stream here. And I forgot to put an ending stream, so we are just gonna have starting screen up. Yeah, I do. I talk a lot, which is why when I was like, I told some of my friends that I'm streaming, and then they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna be fine. And I was just like, yeah, I was like, obviously there's a compliment. So I was like, oh, thank you so much. And I was like, oh, just like a quick question, like, why do you think like, because oh my god, it was so funny because I was telling I was like, I met some of my friends today for like a meeting thing that we had, and I was just like, oh yeah, I have to go back like soon and quickly, and they're like, oh why? Usually like you stay around because like I like helping around and stuff. And then I was just like, oh okay, you can't tell anyone because these are like good friends that I have and I trust them. And I was just like, plus I didn't tell them like my Twitch ad or anything. I was just like, actually, I'm gonna stream soon. I'm actually debuting as a streamer today on Twitch. And then they're like, oh really? Yeah, I can see that. And I was like, oh, you can see that, so you can see me as a Twitch streamer. And then yeah, self promo in real life. I mean, like, I tell my friends that I stream and stuff just because, like, I don't want them to think that I'm avoiding them because, like, typically, I mean, it's not like I'm, like, that free, honestly, but, like, whenever, like, they send messages or if, like, they ever need help, I'm always, like, there to, like, and I also do, like, a lot of extracurricular activities, like, if you've seen from, like, my Twitter post again, I do, like, I'm in, like, a dance group, and so, like, typically we have, like, meetings and stuff, like, outside. I'm also in, like, a couple other things. So whenever we have like meetings and stuff, I like always go to them. But like now that like I'm streaming, obviously I'm not gonna miss like I'm not really gonna miss them. But like for like the more unimportant things, I guess, like the more optional stuff, I might like stream instead. Just cause like I really do like streaming, and I feel like it's good to like do it regularly, you know what I mean? And also like sometimes like really last minute, and like usually I'm fine with last minute meetings, even though I prefer for it to like be scheduled, you know what I mean? I feel like punctuality is very important. Says the person who is like an hour and a half late. I was half an hour late to my own debut. I blame my laundry, thank you. But yeah, I was like telling them because I don't want them to think like I'm like avoiding them or anything. It's like, so I was like, oh yeah, I'm starting to stream soon. So like I've been like really busy with that. So if like you don't hear from me, it's probably because I'm like fixing my computer or I'm on like the Windows side of my computer. I just can't see messages. Yeah. So that's why I was like, I wasn't really promoting in real life. I don't think no one I know in real life actually has my Twitch handle, or like nobody knows my Twitch username or my Twitter username actually. So while they know that I stream, they don't actually like know that I like who I stream as, I guess. Like they don't know really anything about that. They just know like I'm streaming like writing stuff, and then I'm streaming like games and stuff, and like I do like collabs and stuff from time to time. They're like, oh yeah, cool, good for you. And then they're like, I think it kind of like suits you. And I was like, oh really? Oh, thank you so much. And they're like, yeah, you talk a lot. And I was just like, that kind of felt like an insult. And then they like realized afterwards, like, oh no, I didn't mean that it was like an insult. Like you talk a lot in like a good way, I guess. Cause like see, okay, so I guess I'm gonna just reveal my MBTI now because I don't really care about like the whole big reveal or whatever. But my MBTI is actually an INTJ. Right? Yeah, I took it as a compliment. I was like, yeah, I am very personable. Oh my gosh, are you okay? Did you like yank it out? Oh my gosh. Wait, what? Why is everyone pen caps taking out everyone's eyes? What is going on? Are you guys like, do you have like one of those like capped pens, I guess? Did you like open up the cap and like it almost took out your eye? Is that what happened? Oh my god. Oh, cool. Yeah, INTJ gang. But yeah. Oh no. Oh my god. Did you close your eye like beforehand? Okay, look, I'm not a medical professional. But whenever that happens to me, typically if I put like a little bit of pressure on it, or like I just close my eyes for a little bit, it helps. Oh, I have interesting eye stories about that too because I wear contacts. But yeah, I will go into my eye stories on another day because the stream has already gone on for long enough. But yeah, me being an INTJ, I'm like pretty introverted actually, but like I feel like sometimes you really gotta like, when you want to get to know people, it's like a necessity almost to like really like talk to people, you know? And like there's some people out there who I feel like would be really cool to talk to, but like at the same time, it's kind of like they probably wouldn't talk to me first, and not because like they don't want to like talk to me or anything. It's just because like they're also like shy, you know. And I feel like if I really want to get to know this person, I have to like I don't have to reach out, but typically I like being the one to reach out just because like I don't know, I feel like yeah, I don't know what it is. I just like reaching out to people, I guess. So yeah, talking to myself is a skill. Yes it is. I talk to myself so much, it's a problem. Like Oh my gosh, like at least here, like I have chat to read off of and stuff. Oh my god, your mom can talk for that's me. That's literally me. I can talk for hours. As you can see, I've already talked for like more than 3 hours at this point. But yeah. Especially if it's like a topic that I'm interested in. Like today I went like pretty in depth about like a lot of like the anime manga and stuff. Way more than I was originally expecting. I was like gonna just do like a little bit about each one, but like I ended up going for like way more than I originally thought. And I even like advertised my book a little bit. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, I can talk for a really long time, especially like by myself. Like not like at least here, like I said, I have like chat to go off of and stuff. Like you guys are like chatting with me, right? And like I have like something like I'm doing. No, like literally I'll just be by myself. I'll just be like cleaning or something like that by myself. And I will literally just be talking to myself. But the thing is, you know, actually there's a psychology study. It's a very famous psychology study that actually this I know for sure, that actually shows that if you talk through, like if you talk out about like the problems and stuff you're having, or like if you talk out like your plans and stuff, then it'll actually help you like with your thoughts better. Like this is a legitimate study. I don't remember names because I'm very bad with names, as you guys can see. But this is like a legitimate thing, which is why like after like I read that study stuff, I was just like, hey, you know, now that I think about it, when I actually do think out loud, I feel like more thoughts come to me, which is why I tend to like talk to myself a lot. I'm just okay, I'm gonna do this first, and then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do that, and then actually after I talk, then I write everything down if I remember it. Sometimes I just use like the voice recording on my phone. It really saves me time, especially like when I'm like writing and stuff too. Sometimes like I can't get things down on paper, but like I have them in my head. So what I do is like sometimes I record myself saying all the ideas I have, and then like I write it down, and I think it's like so helpful. I would highly recommend like the strategy too to other people. Maybe not around other people, but yeah, when you're like by yourself or something, totally recommend it. So okay, it's already been more than a 3-hour stream. My computer is going nuts, so I think I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for coming to join me at my debut. Yay, thank you. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anyone I can raid. Do you guys know anyone I can raid right now? Don't light your computer on fire. Don't worry, I don't think it's at that point yet. Let's see. I'm thinking about probably raiding. Watch other streams for sure. Yeah. Who can I raid on Twitch? I'm trying to think. Who's on? No one I follow right now is on. Do you guys have any recommendations of who I could raid? Maybe next time. I'll try to look for other people to raid, because I don't think I know anyone. Vtuber server. Oh yeah. Let's see. Is there anyone? I'm just gonna look on this server. Bera, is she streaming right now? Really? Okay, wait. How do I raid someone? Actually, this is new to me. Okay. Oh, if she's on, yeah. Let's go raid her. Bera VT. I didn't know she was streaming. Oh yeah, she is streaming. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's /raid username. How do we do that? Do I like, where do I put that? I'm sorry. Do I like in your chat? Oh, type in chat. So it's like, is it like the raid? Is it Bera? And then do I have to type her at? /raid Bera VT. Okay. I hope this works. Did it work? No at? Is there a space between raid and Bera? Or raid and the username? Is it working? Oh my god, yay, it's working! Yay! Okay. Alright, I'm gonna stop streaming here. Thank you guys so much for joining. Go raid Bera. Bye bye. Is it slow? Is it really that slow? I'm gonna have to check that later. I tried, guys. All right, I'm gonna stop recording here.